I've never felt more divided than now. Every word that leaves your lips never means how it sounds. You've conquered the best of me, could have just set me free. The games that you play are just second hand. And now I'm beside myself, don't want your fucking help. Let me just go, let me just go. And don't you lie to me, say
It's yours to leave, but it won't keep me from this heart. And I'll try to carry on again, but I never really knew that it was over.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control. The light is gone, the night is come, it's crazy. The night is gone, I wish that you could save me from my isolation. My ways too complicated. I stop this conversation. Cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. No relation. We got no relation. No relation. The night is coming, it's crazy. The night is gone, and it goes like this. You could save me. I stop this conversation.
Esports Champions!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Frostiverse Duos event 15 up on the scene. I'm D'Lo, joined here by Costi. Costi, how we feeling?
Oh, we're feeling amazing. The last time we did one of these, one of the duos, was actually a Hot Pockets event not too long ago, but hey, it's been a while. Last time we were here, it was Halloween. So hopefully,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen at home, you've had an amazing Halloween. Let's take it away, D'Lo. What do you say?
I mean, there's plenty of candy to be taken here. If candy is $70 cash prize, heyo, that can buy you a whole lot of Twix bars. So I'm looking forward to the matchups to see who really wants to get that moolah, who wants to get their chocolate in the bag. Just as far as the meta scene that we're looking at here today, Costi, what's the landscape? What are we looking at in terms of these picks for these duos?
All right, we got some Wonder Woman on the screen as always. Very, very high representative character. We have also Rick Velma stepping into the scene, as well as quite possibly #1 PBG coming in hot. So we got a lot of duos coming in, as you guys at home understand it.
Gonna be looking to see here as we get into our bracket for today. You can see that we got quite a list of lovely players here. I know that we were talking earlier before the production even got to get started about Melly stepping up against Brian Yee here. Costi, you know him, you love him. Walk me through what we should expect for this one.
Oh yeah, so basically we have the Melly and Brian Yee versus the Gusta and Misty C matchup right here. So I imagine everyone knows Melly goes Melly mode. Absolutely dash jabbing, king of it. He loves doing that. Of course, as well, those dash-in Sares loves doing that as well. Expect a lot of that in neutral, as well as Brian Yee, really, really expert Shaggy, playing almost the same exact way, but not quite, as as elaborate as I like to put it when it comes into melee mode, right? As well as for Misty C and Gusta. Bugs Rain Dog, not necessarily a duo we've seen much of, but recently, they've been doing really, really well for themselves. They actually nabbed a first place in a recent tournament. So definitely a really, really good matchup right there, ladies and gentlemen at home.
And this is going to be frustrating to deal with too, because of course we know with any mage, but especially those characters that really can just weave between those autos, those power gems, and then those fireballs just can really make the entire map a hazard. So you don't want to get yourself put on a tilt too easily, especially so early on in the bracket. It's not a sprint, Costi. It's a marathon. There's a lot of games you have to play through to ensure you get that W. So hopefully, if you're going up against the Rain Dog here, making sure to just pop those crystals early, get past, weave through all the projectiles, and find yourself some nice venison.
Oh yeah, plenty of projectiles will be flown on the Shaggy side as well as the Rain Dog side. A lot of Bugs Bunny stuff as well with Misty C on the map here, putting out those tunnels, putting out those safes, rockets, all the good Bugs Bunny cheese stuff, right? But I assume, actually, we're going to be off stage for most of these fights here, assuming from everybody's playstyles here, especially Misty C and Gusta, kind of just forcing offstage options so many times.
And that's dangerous stuff there if you're going to be playing off stage, especially if it forces you to focus. When it's duos, of course, you've got someone else who could try to draw that heat from you. It takes good communication there as well, and that's sometimes what decides, character picks, tier picking, all important aspects of the game. But if you're not coming in here synergetic, you had an argument the night before, you still haven't talked it out, you haven't had that hug, you haven't kissed and made up, that could very well also be what decides you going further or going home. So hopefully everyone's staying in comms. No one's just going to go on mute mode, and you got to make sure that you're all synergized up.
Yes, sir. You got to have excellent synergy, especially when it comes to covering options off stage. Getting people into that side blast zone, bottom blast zone, top blast zone. Don't matter. Somebody's got to go to the blast zone,
Yeah, man, at some point, at the end of the day, someone's got to die here. So whether or not it ends up being you first or someone else. But as far as these matchups go, what should we expect? You just walked us through the typical character picks. It's going to be that Bugs Rain Dog. It's going to be our Shaggy. And I believe you mentioned Wonder Woman. No, sorry.
Yeah,
Right?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, sorry. in terms of what we should expect here, who's stock tanking, who's going to be taking the front lines, what dynamic should we expect when these two interplay?
As for Bugs, Rain Dog, I assume Gus is going to be playing back, kind of finding his engagements whenever, you know, Misty is in trouble or option select, right? As well as I believe Melly will be the front line and Shaggy will be the back line, kind of supporting him, whether it be from sandwiches or just creating pressure with his movement. You know, just baiting out moves, you know, so that way he can kind of find those whiff punishes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a game one.
Frostiverse versus Misty versus Melly and Brian Yee. Shaggy, like you said, gonna be cowering behind Wonder Woman, looking like, I'm sure, a lot of the gamers in the audience, if they were confronted with an Amazonian goddess in front of them. I know you ain't talking to her. You wish you could. Now Shaggy, though, off stage, trying to instantly get some charge off there. Nice little skedaddle, trying to get that offstage pressure you mentioned early, but not for too much worth. It's gonna be actually a lot of damage dropping here on a Melly.
Yes, sir. Misty C already dropping at 63 on Brian Yee, but Melly Brian Yee already with their horizontal pressure. Never mind vertical pressure. Already taking a stock from the other team right here.
I mean, that's just what you expect. It's Tank. They're going to be staying in the game for quite some time. Shaggy not quite having that same heft, but still doing a good job remaining cool, calm, and collected. You're just seeing the way they ebb and flow their focus, now just batting this Bugs back and forth. It's beautiful to see. Wonder Woman now stocking at 110. Shaggy about to reach those same numbers, but so far, Melly and Brian are doing a fantastic job securing two stocks without any answer.
Oh yeah, Melly and Brian Yee have a hefty lead right now. Misty C has to be that main person trying to find those kill confirms, as Rain Dog really struggles getting those kills sometimes unless you hit the little, you know, Gusta combo, Sair into side B off the stage. But Melly Brian Yee are very used to that conversion. Oh, Gusta Misty C finding their conversions right here. We got a pretty even game right here, although Melly Brian Yee do have the slight stock advantage as well as damage percentage right here.
Stage advantage too. I mean, you got a lot of extra credit racked up here. Look at that damage already. Nice little knee just for added panache. At the end of the day, they just were able to hold on for longer, and they were able to focus their fire a bit better. Eat up those corn dogs there, Brian. You deserve it.
Yes, sir. That was a really good set play by Melly to kind of get that little stage control with the Sair, as well as Brian Yee coming in with the knee of justice, as we like to call it here. So really good game one coming in from Melly and Brian Yee. So game two, let's see what Gusta and Misty C have been cooking up in between games right here. Let's see what they can do to adapt, as well as Melly and Brian Yee to keep that heat going.
Yeah, they got to figure out something a bit more elaborate. You can't just be cooking up Hot Pockets for dinner. It's date night. You got to be getting some filet mignon. But the issue is they just can't play their game that we talked about at the desk. You're not seeing that projectile play here from the Rain Dog. They've got to go melee. And like you mentioned earlier, that's just not going to be their specialty. Getting a bit of that tether and now putting up that power crystal. It might just get popped just as quickly. But now we're seeing Rain Dog with a bit more space. Not enough, though. That damage coming through once again.
Yeah, especially with Wonder Woman being kind of like anti-projectile, Gusta has to find like those option selects with those with the boxing moves. So Gusta's got to be a little bit more hands-on here. Although projectiles could help, especially in those edge guard situations, as long as there's no Wonder Woman up B to worry about, especially with the down B as well with the shielding. Gusta finally trying to get dodge and weave.
Not gonna work too well there for the Rain Dog. Put down once again. Old Yeller. Going to be a repeat sequel here in the Multiverses canon events. We're seeing them try to get some synergies off here when Bugs Bunny uses a dig, and then you see them try to use Flamethrower, but it's not very effective here. Wonder Woman there just going a bit high, too high for their liking perhaps, but a nice little up air. Gonna try to finish off that combo, not quite being allowed that luxury. Keeping Bugs though off stage is a good solution, especially with that forwarder to secure the stock.
Yes, sir. Really good Sair coming in from Melly, especially playing within that burnout right there. Nice Sair's option select coming in from Melly. Melly living at 153, but unfortunately dying to Bugs up air. Brian Yee going up there with him. Even game, ladies and gentlemen, although Gusta's at 71, so right here, Gusta's got to do some living as well as find his ways in right now. But Melly Brian Yee have really good option select, as well as if one of them gets a conversion, the other person will be right behind them.
I mean, right behind him, but just not in the right moments. You saw Bugs Bunny there, had someone caught in their clutches with the spin to win, but there just wasn't any follow-up there from the Rain Dog, and that's going to put them in trouble because now both are off stage. The pressure, the stage control has just been all Melly and Brian. You see them hunting for the dog, and they found the stock. They found the set.
Yes, sir. Really, really good set coming in from Melly and Brian Yee. Moving on to... Oh, wait, never mind. BO5, BO5.
Oh,
it's top
my
8,
bad,
ladies
my
and
bad.
gentlemen. Yep, it's top 8.
We moving on along here, but at this point, I don't know, unless they just find some big adjustments to their strategy, it's gonna be rough here. In terms of what you're thinking, if you're this Bugs, you're this Rain Dog, what do you think's gonna be your key to pull up with a dub?
Oh, well, it's going to be really, really tough, especially with Rain Dog not having kind of like that extra oomph, that kill power factor. So Bugs Bunny got to really come up with a little bit more cheese, whether it be from rocket up air, which Misty did miss a couple times, right? As well as, you know, maybe some safe setups along with the tunnel, right? There we go. Tunnel, nair, up tilt, into up there. There's the rocket. Oh, but didn't go force anything else out of that because of the rage. Really, really good opening by Misty, but could have gotten way more.
I'm liking the tunnel play, though. It's already keeping that pressure. Still, both members here of Blue not taking any damage. Finally going to get a few numbers tacked on, but that's okay. Just going to add the blood to their ledger. Look at Rain Dog there with a beautiful juggle off stage, finding an early stock.
Yep, that was the Gusta special right there. Side B. We all love seeing it early percentages, but yes, Gusta needs to find these kills between, I'd say, 80 and 90, especially if he's Saren and, you know, doing side special off stage, the Gusta classic, right? Otherwise, you know, Misty's gonna have to find a straight hit, and Bugs is really good at getting straight hits, but Melly and Brian Yee are really, really good at avoiding them, right?
Oof, that side special not gonna be avoided, gonna result in 2 stocks lost there so quickly. Do the tides change? And now look at this once again, just business as usual here for Melly and Brian. Unfortunately, maybe business going to be closed down in a second. Shaggy goes down once again. This puts them a bit against the ropes here, but still, Melly, that Wonder Woman, that tank, not going to be going for a bit more time unless they find another side special off stage.
Yeah, that was a really good option select right there by Misty, but unfortunately got stopped by Melly, but was able to get out of the way, right? And now we got a little momentum coming in from Melly and Brian Yee right here, taking control of center stage right here. Yep, really good knee coming in from Brian, allowing him to go for that rage. Let's see what Brian can do with this rage right here, whether it be pressure for Melly to get a nice hit, which he did, but no follow-up, unfortunately. Jab, jab, up B. There's a kill right there. Gusta, unfortunately, flew right into that up B right there.
I mean, they're trying sometimes to both play the projectile game, but Wonder Woman's got tools to deal with that, and if one member of the team is not actually diving to force their attention, they're going to be in trouble, but so is Wonder Woman going in a bit too deep. Bugs Bunny never punished. What's up, Doc? As they go beneath the ground, trying to get them a doctor, because right now, Shaggy's looking quite weak. They're in death's door. That safe's going to come in, molly-whopping them, and the tunnel's been placed as well, and now both high-health members just trying to maintain their forces. Sandwich is coming in. No one's hungry here today for a foot long. Doesn't matter. We're going to be giving it to you. Subway, have it your way. Blue having that first victory.
Yes, sir. That was indeed Subway having it some way. Really, really good play by Gusta right there. Unfortunately, Melly was trying to hold the fort, but unfortunately, going Melly mode was not enough. It really wasn't. He's really going to come in with the Melly method as well as show them some Melly manners if he wants to take this set right here.
It was close, man. I'm not gonna lie, that one had me against the ropes, but they seem to have changed up in terms of, I think it was the tunnel play, genuinely. We talked about it before, we touched on it for a moment, but the way they were able to interweave, almost change places, a bit of Freaky Friday action here on a Saturday, where they just continuously were being very elusive and hard to place. Those fireballs through the tunnels as well, so frustrating. Getting that fully charged crystal off is gonna be really nice. Hopefully get that buff here, maybe just set up that annoying rotating turret. You can see that Shaggy having to play around it in the corner before they can finally break it. And with these fireballs too, it seems that Gusta and Misty are feeling a bit more comfortable playing their projectile game.
Yes, sir. And once they finally get those projectiles to land, as well as really find like their way in, whether it be from a Bugs Bunny Nair, Dare, you know, Gusta doing this Sair. Oh my! Speaking of Sair.
Disgusting. Disgusting off that Shaggy up. I mean, just continuously finding these opportunities, and instantly the other member is just mind linked. They're reacting so well with each other. Fortunately, Shaggy drinking a Red Bull, they got wings, they can fly. They're going to be able to fly their way right back to center stage. Wonder Woman not going to be granted that same luxury, so each team taking a stock apiece. That's a-okay, because Bugs looking a lot worse for wear. They're going in deep. That tether might be necessary to bring them back, but here comes
It doesn't matter.
special finds it. The knee of justice as well. Might be delivered in a second. A good side special there from the dog to try to get back to stage. They might be in trouble though themselves.
Oh my gosh, here comes Shaggy Steve Austin right here. Oh, but unfortunately, did not survive right there. But Gusta holding on to his life right here, 132. Let's see what he can make out of it. Stock tanking, really good play by Gusta, finding that opening right there. And Misty for the follow-up with the Bugs up bet. That's a special. Playing for the long tunnel right here to help Gusta on his stock tanking journey right here. Let's see how long Gusta can keep on his life, or if Melly can kind of break those defenses apart.
Ooh, yeah, just as soon as it's said, and now Bugs caught in a really awkward position. That tether, though, reaching all the way from Kingdom Come, and Wonder Woman could be in a bit of trouble. Safe's going to be blocked, though, and that keeps them safe, too. Being juggled just a little bit by those up airs, going to be able to land without taking too much damage, but Brian in a bit of a spot of bother here. It's going to be between Bugs and Shaggy, and it seems that the answer is going to be the former. Another game taken here by Melly, and Brian means the set goes to them.
Yes, sir. Stone Cold Shaggy Austin taking that jab, uppercut, sending him to the top blast zone. Really, really good play by Brian Yee. He might be going on to Fiji into winners finals. Really, really good play right there. And as well, we will definitely be seeing some Gusta and Misty action in losers, right? So, all right. Next on the bracket, next on the to-do list, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Lust and Camilla versus Aries and Moises. Definitely, some top 8 contenders right here. What do you know about Rick Velma and Steven Powerpuff Girls, Mr. Delu?
You know, Steven is a menace. We were talking about this beforehand, that no matter what game, no matter what platform fighter, someone with the name Steve, it's like Karen in real life. You just can't bother with him. You're like, yeah, I already kind of know your personality. I already kind of know your whole MO. You are frustrating. Not necessarily in the combo potential, but just the amount of space that Steven takes up is just so darn annoying to deal with, whether it be the platforms he creates off of his up air, that shield, or whether it be the watermelon. It's just like, bro, I've never hated a fruit so much more in my life, and normally I love watermelon. As far as the other one we mentioned, Steven and Powerpuff Girls, incredibly aggressive, of course, can really just get up in your face. That dash attack covering so much ground. Same with the neutral air. So it's going to be really frustrating now that I think about it, between both of those players. A lot of zone control. So if they can maintain that stage control, then it's going to be a lot of problems here for Lust and Camilla.
Yes, sir. However, Lust and Camilla are no scouts to this, right? They play Rick and Velma. They play the zoning game. We have seen them here on Frost beforehand in the Hot Pockets tourney. They placed very, very well within the top 5, playing kind of this pseudo projectile versus comp right here. So we're definitely going to see now that Rick got mega buffed, as well as Velma being a really, really strong contender. With the zoning tools, as whether it be word bubbles, camera, all that good stuff. Let's see how Lust and Camilla can kind of play around those Steven defenses. See if they can get through them, whether it be whittling it down with, projectiles, or, playing a little bit more brawly. We'll definitely see.
I haven't seen the show, so I'm not quite sure what Steven's canon weakness is, but it seems like the canon weakness might just be like, I don't know, a toxic fan base from what I've heard, if anything. So
That pretty much.
just like say mean words, I guess, and maybe he'll like just surrender instantly, and that could be the strategy to go for. Maybe just unplug their routers. That's also always valid if you want to get a bit dirty with it. $70 on the line here, Costi. At the end of the day, this game's going to be costly if you don't end up getting it in your favor.
Yes, sir. So definitely going to be a crazy matchup right here. Lust and Camilla have been making waves recently, especially where they came from the set 2-0ing Shirogane and Poro.
Impressive.
Really impressive, right? Sending them over to losers, right? So it's not usually the case with Shiro and Poro. Really good contenders. Usually see them, whether it be winners finals, top 3, top 2 teams right there. Really good contenders. So yeah, as well as Aries Moises, kind of 2-1ing FPZ and Davis. Not a usual duo, although they do play very well together, I assume. 2 very solid contenders. So obviously they've done some work to get over to this spot right here.
Well, there's something to be said as well, Costi, for the value of taking a game lost. I always find that there's sometimes a case where if you've experienced that bitter taste of defeat, you kind of know what to expect and you don't fall into a mental spiral, a mental boom once that does start to happen. Because, reality is best of five series. We said it before, we're going to say it again. Marathon, not a sprint. You've got games to play with. You've got to be used to the idea that, hey, you might drop some. And if one game forces you into a kind of, oh, shoot, what are we doing here kind of mentality, you could find yourself going home early. So I'm hoping that Lust and Camila aren't feeling a bit too big for their britches, despite a very impressive 2-0. That's really great to their name. They should feel proud of that. Just got to make sure you don't feel untouchable, because the reality is we are all fallible, and hubris can come before the mighty have fallen.
Yes, sir. That is, I could not have put it better myself, especially in a fast-paced game like Multiverses, where games could very well end in a four stock
Exactly.
because of, just whatever it may be, especially with PBG on the field, Banana Guard, just all these characters that take stocks just like, that, especially Shaggy too.
Yeah,
Just
man.
a lot of characters are really, really volatile in the game. You gotta play to your character's strengths and know what you have that could contend with the opponents. Whether it be, a tool to keep them away, a tool to, kind of put pressure on them. You gotta play to your strengths, especially when it comes to up here and not just in the game.
And it's also about what's in here, what you can play with in here, the heart, man. That's what Disney's
Oh
taught me,
yeah.
if anything. Yeah, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, but like you said before, we even got on the stream, it's a 0 to 100 meta here, or 100 to 0 meta, depending on the way you look at it. But either way, it's the fact that one combo in duos, you're
That's
Dunsky.
all. Yeah, that's
So
all you need.
you really have got to make sure that you are, as far as your mentals go, unshakable, immovable, unfazed. You very well might get absolutely bodied. That's no indication of your merits as a player. One set, one game, one anything, one tournament does not decide your worth. You just got to make sure that you got confidence in your ability and also have confidence in your teammate to carry you forth.
Yes, sir. Especially in a game like this where sometimes you might be getting double countered with your character. Where
Facts.
at some point you got to play backline, support your teammate. He might have an even a winning matchup against who you're fighting. Kind of just support him, find your fights, really know what you're doing. There's a reason why it's called a team comp, right? You got to cover each other's matchups, cover each other's weak points, right? Whether it be from your character or even just kind of your playstyle, right? Someone might just be playing weird to you, but your teammate could kind of find his way in, whatever it may be, right? So
Yeah.
kind of just play around that, right? That's all it is when it comes to being a competitor. Knowing what tools you have, knowing what tools your competitor has, and how you use them.
Adaptability and flexibility are absolutely names of any esport that you look at. And speaking of, I'm new here to the Frosty esports multiverse scene, so I'm curious, as you, a local grassroots member of the integrated scene, do you find yourself seeing more people relying on comfort, grandma's homemade chicken noodle soup, or do people decide instead to go with those meta counter picks when they see themselves getting hard locked? Do you see people deciding to maybe go off of their tried and true favorite characters in favor of what's maybe a better matchup on paper?
Um, in this patch, definitely a lot more counter picking, but it's kind of dependent on the player, right? A lot of people like being character specialists, such as myself, right? Been a Batman main since day one, buddy.
Respect.
Respect. Yeah, exactly. Got to throw the money bands everywhere, batarangs flying, grapple hook flying, right? As well as that. But when it comes to it's just really dependable on the player. Like, we see Davis right here in this bracket. He's one of the counter pickers. Same thing with Falsey. He played in this bracket. One of, the counter pickers. Moises as well sometimes gets off of the Steven to play, maybe a better character for a specific matchup or, something he doesn't know how to play into all that well on his own character, right? So it's kind of dependent on who you are as a player and if you want to be shameful or not.
Yeah, what depths are you willing to go to? Are you willing to sign the Devil's Big Black Book and sign away your soul for $70? I'd sign away my soul for a lot less, honestly. $70, that buys a lot of cheesesteaks at Jersey Mike's. So I don't know.
Oh
I
yeah,
might
that's
I might
that's
be willing
good.
to for the low price of $19.99. Jersey Mike's giant Philly cheesesteak. Ooh,
Hey yo, that's
I,
dinner right there. Hey, you said that.
I do diabolical things for that. I'm not gonna lie. So I cannot blame these players for deciding maybe to dip their toes into maybe a character that they might not have as much fun playing. It might not be as much fun to play against, but for them, if you can see them W's, man, hey, I can't complain.
Hey man, that pays for dinner and maybe tomorrow's dinner as well. Maybe.
For
if
me,
you have a
absolutely not, bro.
coupon.
One sitting.
Oh, really?
Okay, if you
Oh,
got
one
a
sitting?
coupon, hold on. If we got maybe the Jersey Mike's app for free, everyone. No, we're not sponsored. Please don't. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not gonna lie. Jersey Mike's one sitting is all I need for one giant Philly cheesesteak. But I'm waiting for this one giant set to begin, man. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Melly is having a Melly meltdown. Melly meltdown right now.
Rough.
In winner's
Unfortunate.
final, waiting for his opponent right now in this set right here. So let's see if we have a less Camilla set versus. Oh my.
Don't
we
you
have,
worry.
Eris Moises.
We'll get it up on there soon enough. So in that
Yes,
case,
sir.
we talked about the matchups before, and now we're going to be seeing them finally here.
Oh, my.
Whoa, wait a second.
No
Okay, so
Steven.
we
Okay.
no Steven, but that is a thick chipmunk.
Oh yeah, that's what we call cake.
Yuck.
Instead of cake, it's Jake. The female counterpart to Jake.
I'm not gonna lie, them eyes are making me feel some kind of way, and I'm not talking about the good way here, but you know, big eyes here on the side of both Eris and Moises. That means they can see all, hear all. They got what they call predator vision. They are seeing, locking down on top of their food in front of them, and that could just mean danger here for our friends, the Rick and Velma. Okay, so we got Jake here instead. Obviously, bit of a difference in terms of that space control, but still able to do a decent amount in that factor, has some great aerial pressure. What do we expect to see that's different with this character slotting in alongside PPG?
Oh, well, he's going to use House a lot to kind of play anti-projectile and cover the options that PPG cannot cover. So that's kind of like the main thing that I would assume is the reason why Moises has been playing Jake. Eris and Moises have had a previous success with this comp right here, and PPG already opening up with the singular combo right there. Moises didn't even need to cover. There it is yet again in Burnout. Could possibly get something else right there.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, sir! PPG,
Powerpuff Girls are disgusting, just rotating like a pinwheel of death across the stage and off it too. Velma, you gotta just stay away from these platforms because they're getting carried away a bit too easily from Jake, just trying to shark beneath, using these nairs brilliantly to pressure them off stage as well. But this time they were able to fend off Jake's attempts to repeat that same thing.
Yes, sir. So definitely with Rick and Velma being like the brains of the operation right here, they definitely got to come up with a plan and optimize it against the PPG and of course well, in this case, it's the cake instead of the Jake. So definitely got to change up the game plan right there. Moises turning into a horse, hitting the man for the PPG. Really,
Velma
really good.
could not see him. She couldn't see anything without her glasses, and PPG came up and just sucker punched her in the back of the head. Finally, Keiko's down. PPG following it up. A bit of respite for our friends on the side of red, but still, it's only one more stock they got to take, and Rick's already at 97, spiked down to the ground. Since
Yes,
when was the
sir.
Powerpuff Girls rated M for mature? These girls are violent.
Oh yes. Well, in this case, it's the Rowdy Rough Boys. Actually, we keep forgetting. It's it's a long running joke right here. But oh, it's the Powerpuff. Oh, never mind. Rowdy Rough Boys right here. Eris
Oh, my bad.
did not come to play. Oh no, it's a running joke at this point. It's a running joke. I always forget it myself as well. Right. So yeah, Crushin and Camilla really need to lock in here. Try to find another plan. But you know they both have big brains to solve a mystery and of course explore the universe right here. So let's see what they could find within the galaxy to have a counter against the PPG and as well as the cake.
I don't know, man. I think those brains, any ones they had left, got splattered on the stage there. I think they're going to have to maybe mop that up before they can really get those neurons firing once again. I mean, it's what we saw before. It's that high pressure. And I think that your first game really benefits these high pressure picks like PPG, like Jake, that can just get up in your face. Projectile characters have to really establish a lot of respect and space. And you have that first 1 second of respite before all mayhem breaks loose. But the moment a bit of momentum is given away, it just seems like PPG and Jake just kind of held on the gas pedal, never let go. So you have to find out if they can use these platforms effectively to try to evade around it, because we're seeing it once again, just immediately Velma pressured off stage, but this time they were fighting back just a little bit more.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting that the PPG counters Camilla and
no!
There it is. Oh my gosh, PPG strikes again. Eris finding it right there immediately within the first 25 seconds of the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Really good play.
This is just so unfortunate, and you can see it's forcing a change in strategy. Very vertical play here from Velma, trying to use these up airs as well as Rick to pressure Cake off the stage. Works for a bit of time, but PPG is still not having it. Gonna take a quick little sabbatical to ride on the back of the horsey. Now Velma underneath that pressure, gonna be able to get out off that platform. Nice work there to find a KO off the back of it too. Velma's responding back a little bit, and now Jake's down as well.
Yes, sir. However, do not count the PPG out. PPG is an offstage specialist, especially with Lust and Camilla's offstage playstyles right here. They always love stalling kind of offstage, but PPG is really, really good at denying that, as well as Jake kind of with side air bite, just all these other tools, right? So Lust and Camilla kind of have to play really, really weird, right? Kind of find that middle ground to where they're on stage, off stage, you know, kind of just avoiding all this PPG nonsense, right? Especially with the nairs, dash attacks, all of these great mash options that PPG has to kind of just counter their playstyles as well, not only their characters.
Well, look at this. Anytime Eris or Moise is in disadvantage, immediately capitalizing both members, Velma and Rick, with as many up airs as they can stack on. Now the pressure's on, though. PPG at 80, and there's only one stock left remaining for either team.
Yes, sir. But Crushin and Camilla doing really good right here, getting the center stage, keeping the PPG and the Jake off stage, or well, Cake. In this case, this is where they thrive right here, center stage or off stage. Really, really good. Yes, Meeseeks, lasers. Oh, gets the jab but drops it. Oh my gosh.
Jake's under pressure, though. There's a good nair. Forces the pressure off of the up special. It's not going to work, though. Velma able to find it. Yeah, you got to shout at that bullhorn.
Yeah,
shout it out
really
loud. Shout it from the rooftops. That was a fantastic response. That vertical play kept Crushin' and Camilla, Lust and Camilla, in this game so well. They adjusted. They adapted. It's just like we mentioned at the desk, and they overcame.
Yes, sir. However, they are not out of the woods. It is only 1-1 right here, ladies and gentlemen, back home. But this is a milestone game, as we like to call it. Whoever gets the lead here is in a really good spot, as always. And whoever doesn't get the lead here, you got to pick it up, right? Never want to be in a 2-1 situation, being on the 1 situation, right? Always got to find that 2-1, right? Be in that advantage. So let's see it.
They've already proven on the side of Lust and Camilla that they are not just silver spoon eaters. They are not just pristine and pretty at the top. They can also get rough and rowdy. They can also take a loss and still overcome at the end. So, in that sense, yes,
for sure. Really good.
Both teams here have now tasted both the sweet taste of victory and the bitter sting of defeat. It just comes down to who wants it more, who wants this 70 bucks in their Cash App just a little bit more than the opponent. You're seeing them try to get that pressure in. You're seeing PPG try to get them off stage, but now they're the ones in trouble. Velma pursues them off the edge and finds that first stock.
I have never seen a conversion like that. Double microphone. Oh my gosh, really good by Camilla right there. Not often we get to see some microphone play, especially nowadays. But PPG answering back. Killing, crushing at 54. Oh my gosh. Really good play by Eris. They are still in the game, ladies and gentlemen. However, Moise is in burnout right now. In disadvantage. However, finds his way down. It gets the Sarah's disruption. Going in the house. He's in burnout all the way up in the air right here. Again, but PPG covering those options. Nice little horse to cover everything. Another horse to cover everything. Oh my gosh. Moise is holding on to his life like no other right now on the Jake.
That was Crushin' just dominating the stage there entirely, and now trying to look for the final hit on Cake. The Mystery Machine's here to back them up, going to be able to capture them and drive them off the edge. Is that going to be the finish? Another dog added to the list of roadkills. Sad to see here, but Cake's going to be the victim.
Oh yes, indeed. Jake will be added to roadkill, right? But of course, respawning quick and easy. Already with 32 on the board. However, PPG has to survive right here, getting turned into mini Rain Dog. Let's see what red team can do here in a response right here, whether they put pressure onto Moises or Eris right here. Really good pressure coming into Moises. However, he's in burnout right now. Let's see if he can still play whilst in burnout.
This is dangerous here for both members of Red, though. At the same time, they are both approaching. Stock lost territory. Does not matter, though. They're in rage. Velma, unfortunately, not for much longer. Rick sent off as well. Now PPG in their prime position to get this stock. Rick, though, able to use those portals to get back to safety. And now stock taking beautifully at 136. This is actually insane. Never mind, he's dead.
Yeah, there's a dash attack. Just mash it. It'll eventually get somebody. It'll eventually get something. Although, even game right here. However, Moises at 118. Hey, this is anybody's game. We got Rowdy Rough Boys in the map, and of course, you know, Red Team has it.
Yup there!
Oh my!
It's that
Really good
vertical
vertical.
play. It's
Yeah,
that
really good.
vertical play. They are doing such a great job dominating that space, and I just don't think Moises and Eris have made enough adjustments there. They're trying to still play it like it's game one, but Camilla's read that book. This is Velma. She's read every single one in the library. So has Rick in the Infinite Multiverse. They've read it all, so you guys have got to find some adjustments. What do you think that's got to be, Costi?
Oh man, I just think they just need to find a way to get through this projectile nonsense on the screen, whether it be word bubbles, lasers, just all of that nonsense right here, right? But we might see a character switch. Just say, you know, I'm done playing Jake. I don't need to cover options when I could just go maybe Steven Universe, right? And just get all this projectile nonsense out of my screen. Don't even have to deal with it. And of course, there it is. There's the Steven. Of course.
Well,
there it is.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, it was a nice while it lasted, but unfortunately, we are here to not have fun. We're here to get 70 beans in the Cash App, like you said, or PayPal, or whatever it may be. And of course, we're trying to eat out tonight.
Applebee's on me, they say. I don't know, Steven. Can you even afford to get a ride down there? I don't think you're old enough to drive, buddy. Neither are the PPG, but I wouldn't say to their face. Look at these three. They're looking rough. They're looking tough. They're looking ready to scrap and mess anyone up. It's going to be a question of how do they adjust at this point now? We're deep in the series, so is it a bit too little, a bit too late? Steven's a great changeup, but are they too used? Are they too pilled by Cake to really try to make that adjustment at this point?
Oh man, one will not know until this game right here. Moises already starting with the side air. Of course, Rose Bomb, he's gonna set up the house and he's gonna support his teammate any way he can, whether it be Nair eliminating projectiles or, you know, Surfboard to kind of, you know, cover the distance and the space. But of course, Crushin and Camilla are experts at dealing with the Steven Universe. Okay, maybe not the PPG, but the Steven Universe at the very least. Hey!
Oh no, this is already actually proving to be so fruitful. I'm not just saying that because there's a watermelon on the screen. Gonna eat that laser and actually be taken off for it. So at the very least, nothing lost, nothing gained there except for two stocks on the side here of Aries and Moise. They're hoping for something to change with this pick. Their wishes are certainly coming true.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with Steven being kind of anti-projectile and taking up a lot of space. So that way, Crushin and Camilla have very limited space to call out Meeseeks and, you know, all the other, you know, projectile nonsense, right? So let's see how Lus and Camilla can kind of adapt, whether it be in this game and, or maybe even the next game if they lose right here. You know, taking it to a game 5. Yeah, because Lus and Camilla got to play pretty much perfect neutral if they don't want to die right here. So it's going to be pretty tough. Pretty tough.
It's also just been tough to deal with Steven in the air, but there's a good way to do it. Once again, just keep your feet firmly planted and trying to anti-air the best as possible. Now PPG in danger, going to be able to evade the Mystery Machine, and now looking like a kill machine of their own, trying to find Rick off stage, but the portal gun managed to find them back to safety here. Steven is doing a good job staying low, but unfortunately PPG said high. Now 2 apiece. This could be trouble.
Yes, sir. That was a really good reversal coming in from Camilla. However, Lust trying to stay at 80. Oh, never mind. There's some hits right there. They're both pretty much at the same percentage right here. So any one of them needs to stock tank right here. Oh my, doesn't quite kill right there. Crushin gonna do his best to stock tank right here at 111. Let's see if he can find his way to do so, but it's proving to be very tough right now because he's at 136 off stage against Powerpuff Girls and Steven Universe.
There's just one more combo that needs to finish it off, and there it is, that uppercut.
Yes,
going
sir.
to mess them up, brings it back. We're going to 5, I believe. Ladies,
Yes,
gentlemen, and
that is a game 5.
seems that Steven Universe was indeed the right call.
Yes, sir. Steven Universe is the ultimate trump card when there is not a Wonder Woman on the screen. Or, well, maybe a banana guard as well. So, in any case, whoever takes this game takes the pot. And by pot, I mean goes into the next block onto winners finals. So let's see it, ladies and gentlemen, who will prevail onto here and make it to winners finals, as well as, you know, goes on to the losers block of things. Business as usual right here. Let's see it. Crush and Camilla versus Aries Moises. Final game right here of the set. Let's see it.
All chips in the center at this point, and question is going to be, again, adjustments. Now we're dealing with a new entity. It's a new animal. It's Steven Universe. They don't seem to be able to play their vertical top to bottom play style that Lust and Camilla were making such good work of prior. Why do we think that is? What about Steven makes it so hard to just anti-air?
Okay, well, Steven has, well, surfboard. Denies all vertical play completely unless you just want to trade with him. And of course, Steven can just hold his shield button, give Aries, you know, 3 little stacks of shield. So essentially, Aries can just get hit 3 times for free, no consequences whatsoever. So Aries gets to play however he wants to play in advantage state as well as disadvantage, assuming Moises is free to cover him with the shield button. So yeah, Steven is a menace, especially to projectile characters, as well as characters that cannot cover his blind spot when he is shield surfing. Yeah, really, really good kills coming in from the blue team already. Let's see how red team can respond right here.
And so that's not annoying enough. Also, that Nair being able to charge that and just hold your position in the air, just make sure to disrupt that floaty timing you might expect them to land. Just gonna make that pacing feel a bit more awkward. Now PPG trying to return, not having as much success as our friend the Steven. They're left by themselves to try to fend for it. They got the Nair sent back up to the sky. Velma tries to follow it up, but PPG hold firm.
Yes, sir, but PPG finally getting KO'd right there. American way right there. Moises coming in with the support with the shield surf from the platform with the rose bomb. Nair dash attack. Does oh my gosh, Aries just could not find the kill right there, unfortunately. So Moises struggling to stay alive right here at 127 right now. Let's see how he can respond. Nice surfboard in, however, he gets warded off with a bubble and a ski. Oh my gosh. This is a lot of pressure right now. Moises and Burnout, but that doesn't seem to matter because Rose Bomb and Shield Surf exist.
That was so well done there to just kind of completely eliminate any pressure that they had built up. Unfortunately, those come right back. Instantly knocks down 2 more stocks for them, and now with Rick at 115, this is a bit of a dangerous situation. Velma is pretty high as well, but nonetheless, they only need to find one good combo. It's a 0 to 100 meta. Can they find their answer? See if they already got to find one stock there. This could be trouble.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, crushing at 126 right now, Camilla at 106. Any PPG dash attack or Nair conversion could follow. Lust almost getting the kill right there, but unfortunately dying and getting reversed.
Oh my gosh, it's even Stevens and now Velma off stage. You know, PPG's licking their lips, trying to find the opportunity, and Rick can't get there to save him. They find the platform, but they don't find their friend just yet. One last Jinkies before they might just go down. They make it back somehow. Now Stevens in charge of trying to keep them in the sky. One last clap, a standing ovation to try to find the victory. They're chasing, they're not finding it though.
Oh my gosh, Camilla's doing so good right now.
Steven!
Stage.
This is insane!
This is
How are they all alive?
crazy.
How are you all alive? I do not understand. Velma is just tossing out remarks. That automatopoeia, though, will not get you back to safety. PPG's hunting the eyes of the tiger. Steven's following it up, but Rick's back to stage. The watermelon's here to help. Can it be enough nutritional value to find that last bit? The portal got saved. Now Steven's in danger from the down air. They get back. It's not enough. PPG and Steven take it.
Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, that one was a nail biter, man. Camilla was doing so good surviving offstage. I have never seen offstage play quite like that. Oh my gosh, but unfortunately for Lust and Camilla, it was not enough for the PPG and the Steven, man. Aries and Moises moving on over to winners finals, man. But I definitely feel like we're gonna see some awesome action coming in from Lust and Camilla. That was wild, man.
How did Camilla survive for so long?
Dude,
That was impressive.
gosh.
That was genuinely impressive. But also,
That
hey,
was
credit there to
literally-
Lust, too. Credit to Lust for that one portal gun save there when they were so deep in. I thought they were toast. I thought they were a goner. But they somehow managed to get away those meddling kids and their stinking dog, too, or their stinking Rick, too, in this case. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, Steven's
Oh
going to Steven.
my. Yeah, Steven is indeed going to Steven, and of course PPG is also going to find her openings as well, getting those quick and easy Nair dash attacks, doing almost 40 damage. And of course, doing a bunch of knockback into the blast zone. Really, really good plays coming in from Arius and Moises, as well as Less and Camilla. Oh my god. No, we got to talk about this off stage nonsense.
Yeah, no,
That is better than Prime. I'm not even, Ayo Coslick. Man, you got some competition if you ever come back to MVS. Oh my gosh. That is the craziest Velma offstage gameplay I have ever seen, man. Better than Beta. Holy, man. And to think there's going to be more movement added soon in Season
Scary
4.
thoughts.
Oh
Scary
my
thoughts.
gosh.
I don't know what tech they're going to be cooking up in the lab, but Velma might have to start getting on calls with Walter White because she is in the kitchen, bro.
Oh
That was
my.
really great play. That was really fantastic play.
Yeah,
I'm
really,
sad
really
that
good.
it didn't end. Well, at the same time, though, it is the best you could have asked for. I've just realized best of 5, it just feels like 2 separate sets almost
Yeah,
because the
that
way that
was
the
a game
dynamic
5,
changed.
man.
The dynamic shift there once they picked up that Steven, I respect that Moises was at least willing to try to experiment, but you could see that shift where there was like, all right, enough
Yeah,
playing around. Let's go.
That's the trump card, man. That's the trump card, man.
Pull the
Steven
beast
Universe
out the
against
sleeve.
projectile comps are basically a lot of people that can't, answer to his verticality or hit his blind spot for the matter, right? Because you're going to be expecting, the surfboard a lot, and it just does not matter. You have to respect that move and give him the space, man. Truly unfortunate, right? But, however, we've got a lot of games tonight, ladies and gentlemen, right? So let's take a look-see here of the bracket. What do you say, D-Lu here? Who we got playing in this lower bracket right here?
D'Lo says we got, and okay, so Les and Camilla going up against Gusta and Misty. That's going to be a lot of projectile-based characters fighting for.
Oh no, they're not fighting each other. No, it's the first one over there. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
Bad. So in that case, we got Lust and Camilla up against.
Oh no, they're waiting for a game.
Yeah, the victor. It seems like we're gonna have to wait for the victor between Dante and Jungle versus Mots and Malignant Auto. Interesting. Okay,
Yes,
so we're gonna
sir.
have
That
to
is
wait
our
to see
next
the results
game.
there. Now, keep in mind that Mots in their prior set up against Melly and Brian did take one game, and Melly and Brian were operating really, really well. So to be able to take even one, I'd say quite impressive in that sense. And that was only a best of 3 as well, so even less room to wiggle with. Whereas our friends on Mots and not Mots and Malignant, our friends Dante and Jungle had a bit of a rougher time. So again, there's that idea of the defeatist mentality. When you go in off of a stomp, how are you feeling now? Did you lose with your head held high or your head bent in shame? And Stripe here taken to the field. Black Adam, Wonder Woman, that's a combination we've seen before. This one's gonna be interesting.
Yes, sir. So basically, the idea here, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen this comp many, many times, at least towards the Jungle Dante side. However, Jungle usually teams with FPZ, a little bit of a shake-up right there. But on the Mots and Malignant Auto side, they have definitely not teamed before. However, this is a canon team up right here in terms of Harley Stripe. Really, really good at dealing with Wonder Woman meta. Kind of just, putting the gun everywhere, as well as multi-hit chainsaw, as well as Stripe being able to put on so much damage off of Tech Chases. See, already 0 to 90, just one interaction. Oh my gosh.
That is just really rough to deal with. Now just going with those dives with the chainsaw, trying to get a bit more damage off. I'm liking the pressure they're already establishing here, but unfortunately they're losing it just quickly here. You see Black Adam, of course, going to be dominating the aerial game, so those projectiles going to be very key to try to keep them a bit more grounded and not enable them to get their best options off. But those bubbles, of course, going to make that projectile game just a bit more hard for our friend Stripe.
Yes, sir. Whether it be Stripe or Harley, especially. This is Dr. Harleen Quinzel right here. Surviving at 102. She's very, very light. Anything could take her out right now. Oh my gosh. Getting caught by the lightning grab, but, really good. Kind of denying that lightning grab. Really good by Malignant Auto. Jungle dying at 162. Tanky Wonder Woman. Tanky. Oh my gosh.
But not tanky enough, neither is our Black Adam, is now 2 stocks up somehow. Harleen Quinzel must be, eating her greens and drinking her milk. Those bones are big and strong. She's staying alive for way more business that she has sticking around. Fortunately, not going to be for too much more time. Wonder Woman finally finishes the job, sends her off.
Yes, sir. So yeah, definitely with the Harley Stripe team up, it's going to be a lot of tech chases as well as confetti bomb setups. What's interesting about this comp, ladies and folks back at home, we have Stripe gun enabling confetti procs, right? We got 5 stacks that you have to fill, and Stripe Gun is really good at filling those stacks with already, 3 automatic stacks, as well as, without actually being hands-on, right? So really, really good team comp, kind of just, playing off of that confetti, as well as, Stripe covering a lot of options, as well as Harley. They're really good at covering a lot of options and surviving, and of course, hey, here it is, game 1, Mots and Malignant Auto. Sealing the deal.
I gotta say, Jungle did a great job there surviving and holding off the 2 while trying to buy Dante a bit more time to return back to a safe position. This wasn't enough at the end of the day, unfortunately. Just that combo game that we talked about, that projectile pressure, it's going to be quite the thing to contend with. And if Black Adam doesn't have time to breathe, set up those protection bubbles, it's going to be hurting. So the question, of course, is, again, how do we adjust? We've seen in prior sets, flexibility is what maketh the player, and they've got to find their option right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jungle is really, really good at playing Sword and Shield. However, the Stripe matchup is going to be pretty tough to deal with the Dynamite kind of just rolling through Wonder Woman armor, as well as being quite possibly one of the best burst options in the entire game, as well as Stripe neutral. Oh my gosh, already taking him to the top right here. Really good Stripe neutral coming in from Puzzler Auto. Really, really good coming in from Auto. Oh, chainsaw!
Doing a great job of knowing when to go in and knowing when to retreat. That bait and punish style is just working beautifully, but maybe now getting punished themselves, diving back in with the chainsaw, managed to evade that punish from the Jutsu Evasion, I believe it's called, and there comes Lightning Grab, not going to quite find it. It's a bit more damage there from that Blade Saw. Not going to get too much there in terms of on-stage pressure, because now Black Adam and Wonder Woman both trying to take center stage control. There comes the Dynamite, not going to be enough though quite just yet. Harley sent off far. How is this woman still alive?
Oh, is anybody still alive? Yo, this is Multiverse. This ain't Smash. Oh,
I've got no
these guys are staying alive.
Nope, never mind. Just as soon as we say it, Caster's Curse is going to strike and find all 4 players. In fact, it's an absolute massacre here, but it does even the boards.
Yes, sir, it evens the boards. Let's see who can play off of the momentum right here. Mods and Puzzler covering so many options with their dash attacks. Really good plays coming in with the Harley Sair. Doesn't quite find it. Gets dash attack. Jungle gets covered by Puzzler Auto right here. Puzzler Auto doing really, really good with these Buzz Chainsaws, as well as, just the Buzzsaws in general and the Chainsaws. Just really, really finding his mark with these gunshots as well. Really, really good plays coming in from Auto again. Oh, the confetti doesn't quite proc. There's the confetti.
Just so many traps being set up here. It's Home Alone. I don't think Macaulay Culkin's a character quite yet, but now Stripe could be in their own little horror movie. They're in a bit of trouble, but thanks to those glitter bombs being set up, a nice amount of safety and a nice amount of pressure provided by one Mrs. Quinzel. Mots finds the last stock, finds the game victory.
Yeah, that was really, really good coming in from Mots and Malignant Auto. Hey, they're kind of going crazy as a newer team on the scene right here. Really good team up by both of them. They do dominate ones quite a bit. Don't often go into twos as much, especially Mots on the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman usually over the Harley, right? But he gets to finally play Harleen Quinzel now that she's not only good, but as well as finding a teammate that kind of supports that much needed Harleen Quinzel type game plan.
Costi, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a bit worried in terms of the mentals here for our dear friend, the Black Adam and Wonder Woman. Just the fact that they're getting into these games so quickly, they're not really giving themselves time to breathe, to meditate, to reflect. And that can sometimes be an indication of confidence, but also at times of tilt. They need to make sure that they're understanding that they've got different options. There's a flow chart here. There's not just one way to victory. It's not a math equation. It's an English essay. You've got to find different solutions to go about this problem, because now we're seeing these juggles happen once again. Stripes in the top word. First stock claimed here by Mots and Malignant.
Yeah, really, really good plays coming in from Mats and Malignant. They're able to survive for such a long time for Assassins as well, which is making this like all that much harder for Jungle and Dante, which they could be getting early kills as well, but they just aren't setting up these vertical kills for Black Adam as well, or even that offstage presence, right? Because blue team is just denying them of so much, but really good conversion coming in from red team right here, although Mats staying alive, man. Staying alive yet again at 124 off of the dash attack in Trophy's Edge, really solidifying just that good DI right there. Really good DI from Mats.
It's that good DI that they're providing that's keeping them in this game, and it's keeping them without losing too many stocks. Unfortunately, just as we say it, Harley goes down, but again, at ridiculous percentages. I don't know why, but Wonder Woman's just not finding these confirms, and Black Adam's just not able to fly and soar their way into these early stocks because Harley's just living to at least 120 every single time. But now, offstage, that buzz, though, securing their retreat back to it, and Harley's doing a great job. Those combos, of course, because they're multi-hits, takes up a lot more time, buying more for Malignant to get back to stage as well.
Oh yeah, really good multi-hits coming in from Harley Swear, as well as getting those ground bounces, right, with Harley Swear 1 recently being buffed. Oh, nice little ground bounce conversion coming in from Jungle right there with the side B. Nice little kill coming in from Jungle. This is anybody's game right now, but Malignant Auto with a fresh stock, able to do whatever he wants right here. Let's see how they can, you know, change the tides right here.
It was a good evasion there by Harley, gets him center stage control, but now they find themselves in a bit of trouble. Never mind. Watch this drive. Pow! Gonna be able to take it. Joker 2 might not have been the best in movies, but we're seeing Cinema here on the field. Nice and easy. Sweep up. Malignant and Mats are taking this one in spades.
Oh yeah, Malignant and Mats, hey, they might be a new team up, but they know what they're doing in terms of follow-ups off of each other.
Yep.
We saw a lot of dash attacks, we saw a lot of hammers, we saw a lot of striped gun and chainsaws flying throughout the entire screen. Although I am surprised, confetti didn't go as much. It didn't go off as much as I thought it would, but it didn't matter. They did not need it as much as I thought right there. Just, man, Harley and Stripe don't need it, but hey, that's just the cherry on top, ladies and gentlemen, back at home. But unfortunately for Dante and Jungle, they will be sent home. This was a loser's game in the lower bracket. So yeah, let's see it right here. Oh, bracket right there. We got Lust and Camilla facing off against Malignant and Mats, and of course Gusta waiting for FPZ and Davis and Shiro and Poro to finish off their game as well. So do you have anything to say out of the match that we just saw, Dilu?
I mean, if we're just talking about what we just saw, I'm a bit afraid for anyone who's got to contend with them because, yeah, we've seen it before where there's projectile-heavy characters going up against someone who's a bit more up in your face, a bit more of a scrapper. And I think particularly in that matchup we saw earlier, the first one of between Gusta and Misty C and their opponents, Melly and Brian Yee, where they were kind of snuffed out of playing their own game, whereas I feel like Mats and Malignant are a bit more adaptable. They're able to also play that hybrid kind of, we can sit back, camp, play projectile games if we so please with those buzzes. But like you also mentioned, glitter bombs, we don't really need to wait for the setup. We can just rely on our technicals, our fine mechanics, these combinations, and our synergy to get the job done as well. So making them very adaptable, it's again, what we're always going to be talking about here. Adaptability is what takes games, what takes sets. And that's a bit worrisome here. Speaking of projectiles here, Gusta and Misty C coming up back again. Imagining that they're going with those same picks, that Rain Dog and Bugs, you've got to find a bit better methodology of getting those stocks early. We saw sometimes those setups into aerial side special from the Rain Dog working out pretty well, that little twisting dive, but it seemed more like happy accidents rather than strict setup. It was more so you put yourself in a position where I can punish rather than I intentionally set it up. So maybe going with a bit more intentionality in the way we're communicating, in the way that these setups are happening. I feel like a lot of their setups are always projectile based, and sure, Tunnel Fireball looks cool. I enjoy it. It's fun. But it's not going to get you any stocks. You need more damage.
Gotta find
Give me
those
some
kills.
confirms.
Gotta find those confirms. But right here, our next game, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a toss-up right here. We got FPZ and Davis versing Shirogane and Poro. So this is going to be a pretty interesting setup right here because we just saw Jungle and Dante teaming up, right? So now let's see Jungle's kind of other half right here with FPZ right here. Let's see how he fares with Davis on his team against Shiro and Poro. So yeah, this is definitely a tough cookie set. All of these players right here are indeed tough cookies to deal with. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a very, very interesting set. I assume that Davis is going to be on the Wonder. Might pull out the Stripe. I don't imagine Stripe and BA do too much together, but hey, we never know. We never know. So can't wait to see who picks who in terms of characters. I know everyone here kind of... Oh, there it is, the Stripe. The Stripe with the BA. I haven't seen it, but hey, we're seeing it right now.
History being made here on the field in the Wonder Woman Shaggy combination, so some brawlers going to be up in your face. And again, how does that fare? It's a question of time and, of course, strategy, how you decide to use the tools being given to you. But you just got to be careful because that Stripe gameplay, able to just evade back and leap back in with such great ebb and flow. If you're able to control that movement well enough, control as well this projectile game, which you can already see them doing, and laying down that protection just in preparation for a sandwich being thrown their way. And now already controlling the stage, Blue are off to just a good start in terms of their strategy.
Oh yeah, for sure. The strategy here is going to be pretty weird, I'd like to say, for Stripe and Black Adam, as we haven't really seen this team comp all that too much, or if at all, in tournament play. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting. Although, you know, Shiro Poro, a staple to Frostiverse's top 8s, as well as pretty much a lot of competitions as well, with the Wonder Woman Shaggy combination right here, already securing the stock right here. Really good by Shiro and Poro right there. Good nair into dash attack coming in from Shiro into the Sair, setting up right here, waiting for the dynamite explosion. Davis already at 100. This is a really bad spot for Stripe right here. My gosh, really good.
Every composition is just the sum of its parts, and yeah, the composition itself might be unconventional, but the parts themselves we're familiar with, and it seems like we're just doing a good job putting this Black Adam down. You see Shaggy just going in instantly and trying to bully them off stage, unfortunately missing. And Troy's going to punish them just a little bit more, as now they're finding themselves in that risky position, trying to go instinct mode, going to be able to evade for a bit longer. Nice reversal as well. Wonder Woman's there for just a bit more assurance. You got to imagine Black Adam is pissed.
Oh yeah, especially with a player like FPZ that has faced Poro so many times. You gotta be very, very meticulous in the way that you approach Poro off stage, especially Poro. Out of all the Shaggies,
oh my God,
and Poro are here to play, even though they are in losers bracket. Oh my gosh, really good performance by those two as always. Let's see how Davis and FPZ can adapt right here. Oh my gosh.
I gotta learn karate, bro. Shaggy's got that black belt wrapped around him. Dude's been at Cobra Kai or something going on here, because those moves, quite literally in the spirit of, what is that, I believe? Capoeira? Or no, Jiu-Jitsu. You use your opponent, or no, Tai Chi. It's Tai Chi. You use your, no, it's Aikido. It's Aikido. It's Aikido.
Oh
I'm going through every single martial art, but you use your opponent's force quite literally against you. Black Adam tries to go off stage, tries to seek them out, and you say, hey, you think that I'm in trouble? Actually not. Going to use that stall with that neutral special, charging it up, just keeping themselves in the sky suspended. The moment Black Adam thinks that they've got them on the hook, instead, they're the one being reeled in. So just really great play there, and you're seeing it happen again. You want to try to contest me off stage, it's your own funeral.
Oh yeah. So yeah, definitely one thing that they could do here is be very meticulous on how they approach Poro off stage, because Poro does love going off stage a lot to get those Shaggy charges, like right now. Right here, he's either gonna hit you with a burst option or kind of dodge, reversal you know, Cobra Kai, strike hard, strike fast, no mercy, whatever that little motto is right there. Really good stuff.
Already some decent damage here on top of the Stripe. Does not quite feel good to see that happening once again, but it's going to be a similar story there as they get knocked off as well. At least Black Adam's doing an okay job in there, right? And just as soon as I say that, gets instantly mollywopped down to 90. Trying to use that side B to force some pressure on Shaggy, but again, Shaggy likes to be in the corner. A cornered rat is at its most dangerous, and now you're the one in a bit of trouble. Nearly gets sent off stage. Here's some good ceiling combos. That's beautiful teamwork.
That was really good vertical play coming in from FPZ and Davis. Yet more vertical play coming right here. Nice dare from FPZ, although getting hit with the up tilt into up B special right there. Davis trying to dare him. Dynamite, gun, keep it going. But Shaggy Rage Kick coming through right here. Jab, jab, reverse, up tilt, up B. That's the Shaggy Mishima combo right there. Knee again. Oh my gosh, Poro's finding so much value right now.
Hands and knees, all the bony parts, just trying to drive their foot, curb stomp this stripe. Not going to quite work. Now in a bit of trouble. And see if your edge guards work any better against Wonder Woman. Does not seem to be the case quite just yet. Now resuming this game, has the dynamite in hand, going to blow him back for a bit more space and send 3 right to the skull. This gun's got multiple rounds in the chamber. Shaggy, though, flying in with the side special. Dear sweet God. Eat up that sandwich, buddy. You need the protein.
Gosh. Man, Davis needs to go to Poro school because that is the Poro special right there. Jab the teammate, sidekick the other guy when he's not paying attention right there. Oh my gosh, that is the Poro classic right there. Really, really good play coming in from Poro right there, connecting that Shaggy kick to end the game right there, whilst Davis was kind of just watching FPZ split the Red Sea like Moses, but unfortunately it was not enough right there because he did get caught with the jab, confirm. But let's see how Davis and FPZ can, make a little comeback here versus the, Shiro and Poro duo right here.
O2 is a rough spot to fight from, but it's certainly a possible one. We've seen stranger things here before in any esport, and certainly in multiverses too. And I think that just comes down to a bit of underestimation there. Use that dynamite to get yourself a bit of space, and then you don't recognize the fact that Poro can easily close that gap and easily close the book of life on your head top. Now look at them, they're retreating. They're just playing a bit too scared, and now they're going to be punished for it. Stripe, though, able to actually re-engage. That was a beautiful lunge to find themselves a bit more damage and also a ton of safety.
Oh yeah, for sure. However, Davis is already at 98. However, getting something out of here. 93, but Davis getting... Oh
no,
my
Stripe.
gosh. Really rough spot right now, but gets out of that. Let's see if Davis gets any more value. Oh, there goes the value. Never mind.
Unfortunate there. I mean, it's Black Friday there with the low value we're seeing here. Great deals. One stock, get another one free potentially, and maybe looking for 2 right here. Great team combination. They can't move. Put down the controller. Wonder Woman is out of here. Shaggy's still staying alive. Once again, going off stage, daring them to go in the risky position. Unfortunately, the ceiling's not where you want to be. Shaggy gets taken out there. It's 2 so far in favor of blue.
Oh my gosh, Poro got his get back right there because he did get reversed by the Black Adam side B right there. But of course, Poro was not having it against the Black Adam when he's all the way at the top blast zone with that nice little up air right there. So yeah, this is a pretty even game, all things considered. Although Red Team has all the momentum right now. FPZ at the top right now. Shiro and Poro trying to find their way in. Poro supplying these sandwiches. Let's see what Shiro can do off of these option selects right here. Bubble has been put down. Rage being played right now. Oh my gosh.
Dangerous spot for Stripe, and unfortunately dead spot there for Stripe as well. Lasso's gonna not find any targets. Their protection circling around with that buzzsaw as well, forcing you to choose a different landing spot other than that platform. It's not gonna be a good option there for Wonder Woman. What will be a good option though is trying to combo out this Stripe. Who's in danger though is this Wonder Woman. 120, gonna be able to survive for a bit more time, but unless she's focused, that could provide to be their answer. Now look at this, they're going for the ground game, looking for Shaggy in the sky. Instead, they're going to find the Wonder Woman. Now with Shaggy at 102, this could be the end if they find a good hit.
Oh, they found it, man. Oh my gosh, I was just about to say, last stock, Poro at 100, you don't want to be the other team trying to land the kill on Poro, but hey, FPZ and Davis finding that last kill right there, keeping them in the game. Their head is still in the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Really good right there.
Poro does a great job when they're just feet planted on the ground, or if someone's approaching them from above, but approaching from below seems like they're having a bit of a hard time using those options. Not seeing those nairs quite as often being used. Maybe they're just distracted, maybe they just got a different game plan in mind, which is right now just toss as many sandwiches as humanly possible. Starting up that rage now, forcing Wonder Woman to take a bit of heat. The question is how much. Only about 25 was lost there during that time, and hopefully that rage can be put to good use. We're seeing a bit more damage on the Stripe, but Black Adam's still untouched, and only a small little scratch. So far, pretty even Stevens.
Yes, sir. Although Davis is at 96 right now, but he has a dynamite in hand and could reverse this situation entirely. But the dynamite sending him all the way into the left blast zone. Really unfortunate right there. Oh my gosh. Nice Sayers coming in from Black Adam. Nice dash attack. Nice nair.
No. which is once again Shaggy eating a 90% because they're approaching from below, and when you see that happen, uppercuts him right in the bathing suit spot. That cannot be comfortable, and that's going to mean 2 stocks up to 1 here. Black Adam at 101. This could be troublesome if we do find double KOs inside of red, but look at this. We're trading blows. We're not trading these KOs, though. It's going to be a buy one, get one deal at the subway. Leaves red team with only 1 more left for the mark.
Oh, but Shiro is entering flow state right now. 3 stacks a weekend on FPZ. Can FPZ survive? No, he cannot. Shiro going all the way up there to get that Sair to secure the set. Oh my gosh. Shiro and Poro proving to be the classic duo of multiverses. Oh my gosh. Really,
It just
really good stuff.
comes down, man, to that forward tilt combination that Shaggy had. We had Wonder Woman getting comboed for a little bit. Then Shaggy, with that multi-hit, was able to just kind of find both targets, get the mid-hit stun for long enough for Wonder Woman to get in position, react, you find the stripe, boom, up air from Wonder Woman, you find Black Adam. Instantly, the air shifts. The entire momentum that was built up by blue swings completely in favor of red. We're seeing rose-tinted glasses, and they never looked back at that point. It was a good fight put up there by our friends in blue, but unfortunately, one game does not a set make, and that's going to be the victory.
Yes, sir. That was really, really good performance by Shiro and Poro right there, proving to have quite possibly the best chemistry in all of multiverses with each other. Although pretty much up there with, the likes of Jungle FPZ as well. So yes, they will be moving on. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been waiting for this. We've got winners finals up next. So that means we have Melly and Brian Yee versus Eris and Moises, the power of the Powerpuff Girls and the Steven versus Wonder Woman.
Oh, boy.
And of course, Brian Lee, Brian Norris. What other nicknames does Brian Yee have? We don't know. But in any case, a lot of Kung Fu is going to happen on that front right there. So really, really good stuff. Hopefully we get to see a lot in this set right here.
Powerpuff Girls don't seem the Kung Fu type, man. They jump you 3 strong. If you're caught on your ones and the Powerpuff Girls see you walking down an alley, bro, just pray. Just pray. You ain't running. Their dash attack covers half the stage. You just better pray that they're feeling in a good mood. They're going to leave you alive. But as far as the strategy here goes, it's a lot of scrapping. Steven Universe obviously being that character who does a bit more zone play and a bit more tactical setup there with those platforms. And we say tactical, but at the same time, of course, it's a character that can be very frustrating to play against because it just feels like the idea is very self-propelling. It very much plays itself in the sense that we set up platforms, we do surfboard to get off pressure. So in a sense, I'm curious to see how much they decide to go all in terms of, do we send Powerpuff Girls in? And if so, for which target? Who are we looking for to get off those side blast zones?
It's going to be very hard to decide because Wonder Woman and Shaggy, pretty much a similar weight, I do believe. They're not quite the same weight, although I'm not completely sure if they're the same weight. I think Wonder Woman is slightly heavier, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of patches have, come by with weight stuff. So, let's see it right here. Melly and Brian Yee versus Aries Moises, with, of course, the Steven going to come in with the Rose Bomb. Surfboard as always, but Wonder Woman actually does play into Steven pretty well, right? So Melly is probably going to turn into what we call a Sair bot, throwing out a lot of Sairs to keep space rather than make space, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how that fares, as well as Shaggy with sandwiches to kind of ward off the Powerpuff Girls. But of course, Moises could very well play a little bit more passive with the Steven holding shield. And of course, never mind, no shields are going to be held. We have the Jake pick yet again. Oh my.
Yeah, I respect that. Clearly, Moises is trying to experiment a little bit, trying to maybe look for a secondary, tertiary pick and give them experience, give it some reps here in Frosty. And I respect that. You got to imagine, though, that if the chips go down, we know which pick they're going with.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, we're going to see the Jake option, or well, in this case, Cake, the cake kind of option select, whether it be with Nair 1, Nair 2, or Sair, or yeah, even Bite if they're off stage, kind of finish off those kills. So let's see it. But of course, Brian Yi and Melly proving to have very, very good horizontal pressure with each other right now. Lots happening right now on the screen. Oh my.
Interesting to immediately see the difference in Shaggy philosophy. Brian D versus Poro. Poro instantly diving off stage to either force them to come to him or just charge up that rage. Whereas Brian D instantly goes full on hands out, rated E for everyone. And getting that first stock off of PPG must feel awfully good. But PPG trying to look for revenge. A nice little Zaire to retreat back to stage. Wonder Woman stays safe, very least off these side blast zones. Vertical might be a different story. A nice dash attack again, just covering so much ground, and now carrying PPG off the side. That's supposed to be their game.
Oh yeah, PPG. Oh, off the side. Brian Yi in burnout. Is it Brian time? Oh, it doesn't get a reversal like Brian would. Oh my gosh, with the broken wings procking. Melly unfortunately dying right there. Oh, but Melly coming in, respawning with a Sair. Really, really good play by him. Brian Yi gets to live yet another day. At 100. Oh my gosh, this is such an even game right now. Moises at 134 off stage, although that is Jake's playground. Really good nairs coming in. Brian Yi trading the kick with the up air. Really, really good coming in from Brian Yi. 104 on him. Eris at 113, although blue team is up a stock right now.
Melly's not stock taking, but Melly's doing a great job making sure that Brian Yi can. Interrupting these Powerpuff multi-hits so many times that it's been very difficult for them to finish the kill. Instead, they finished the game just like that, absolutely stomping them. The bloodlust of Melly, they try to take a swing at Brian. That's not allowed.
Oh my gosh, Melly just went Melly mode. Off stage right there with the final dare to secure the game. Really, really good play by Melly, kind of playing full-on shield and sword, as we like to call it.
And
really, really good. Yes, of course. Providing that Sair space, providing that up B space for option select, kind of baiting those dodges so that way Brian could get, you know, those shaggy nairs, shaggy knees, whatever it may be. But yeah, really good stuff by both teams right now. Really good stuff.
And now we got a Steven. Is that really good? Is that really good, Koski?
Well, that part is not really good. But hey, we got a Steven on the field, Steven Universe, and he might just take up the entire universe right here with side Bs and of course surfboards. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen.
Just already just getting a lot of pressure there and merely trying to keep them to one half of the stage to allow for PPG to try to carry them off. Not quite working out too well in their favor though. They've stacked up some decent percentage here on a Melly, but that's a-okay. Now they're trying to look for Shaggy here, that nice little bubble, keeping them safe, granting them a bit more armor, and it's not going to be enough though for them, either one, to really play their game. We're not seeing the team combinations that Melly and Brian Yi might like to do. Instead, they're going to separate the fight. This is interesting.
Sir.
They're making it 2 1v1s, and that just might benefit them a bit more without Steven to worry about.
Yeah, this is actually the way you would fight most Steven comps. Although, being in an ISO situation versus, well, the Rowdy Rough Boys usually ends in your demise due to how dangerous the Rowdy Rough Boys are, right? Just taking you off stage, boom, already, there it is. Nice dash attack coming in from Eris. And of course, the Nair dash attack comes through yet again. My gosh, even game.
It's so unfortunate because, like you said, it's the great philosophy, great execution. It's just, unfortunately, the other character is 3 bite-sized psychopaths that are trying to kill you. Because normally you'd be correct to try to separate that fight. Now they got to try to play together, recognizing that didn't quite work out the way they wanted. That being said, though, it is even Stevens in terms of the stocks, and PPG at 102, liable to be knocked off at any moment. Trying to keep them safe at this point is Steven, but separated once again, going to allow PPG to be taken out. That's just beautiful play here by Blue. One skyward kick finishes the job. Steven will not save you.
Yes, sir. Right off of the platform right there, dare into up air. Melly doing a really, really good job securing that last KO right up in there, man. Oh my, just really good stuff. So yeah, that dare off the platform was really interesting because I did not think he was gonna catch that. Oh my.
I am very impressed by their tenacity to stick by that strategy, even though you kind of saw PPG, even when those ISO plays were out, still mollywopping. They said this can still work. They had confidence. They tried it again, came at it with a different philosophy, and it worked well. You saw Steven on that right side could defend PPG, and with that, PPG gets taken out, and soon after, Steven is sent skyward, so they can just keep that up. Use that shield, hey, against them, slicing instead right through it. They're just trying to find a way to divide this battlefield. Unfortunately, the watermelon, of course, when that spawns, makes that task a bit tougher. Same here for this melee to return back to stage, an awfully tough task as they go down.
Yes, unfortunately, Melly ran out of resources and was not able to get back onto the stage. Oh my gosh, so now they're at a stock deficit, especially against Steven and the Rowdy Rough Boys. So yeah, this is gonna be a very, very tough task right here to get what they want, which is the Dubski.
Gonna be using that surfboard just to return back to stage, force some pressure into one woman. Not gonna work. She is not flinching, trying to keep PPG in the sky. Unfortunately, an air dodge brings it back to the stage and puts that damage back on top of them instead. Steven now trying to separate this field for themselves, setting up those shields, building that house, and planting a nice little watermelon inside. Unfortunately, not big fans of gardening right now. Wonder Woman trying to slice it up. PPG sent off, and they're looking for Steven instead. Two members now trying to focus him down. The watermelon, though, is getting in their way, and now the pressure's reversed onto blue.
Yes, red team has a lot to do here in terms of getting that KO right there. Oh my gosh, red team is holding on to their lives right now, and they're doing such an excellent job stock tanking, which is why Melly and oh my god, that killed.
That did kill.
Oh my.
That, in fact, did kill, so hanging in there.
0. Oh my gosh.
It's a 0 to death world, isn't it?
It is indeed a 0 to death world. Off of that platform, Rowdy Rough Boys indeed did do the Rowdy Rough business.
He did do that, Don Diggity. I will tell you, gosh darn, that was damn near diabolical. And that's just going to mean that we still got more set to play. It's 2-1. One more sends the Rowdy Rough Boys and Steven Universe packing back on the school bus. Melly and Brian Yee got to find ways to deal with that gosh darn dipping, ducking, darn, death-defying strategy. I don't know, there's too many Ds, but I got to tell you, we just got to kill them. Kill them. Do it.
Yep, kill him. Brian Yee immediately going for the rage. And of course, the rage did not connect.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn, diggity darn it. Unfortunate.
Oh my god, already one. Oh, no, sorry, that was a watermelon that got taken out instead. But so far, good pressure here. Keeping them on that right side. Does that work better, though, than separating the fight is the question. Do you want them together? As long as keeping them in hit stun, you certainly do. Steven sent skyward, now on the surfboard, trying to rejoin with their friend, the PPG. Nice nair there to force that pressure. Dash attack as well. Gonna try to keep forcing Wonder Woman back, but a dash attack of her own sends PPG going for the first stock.
Yes, sir, and Melly is already at 117, approaching with the Wonder Woman shield, but not enough. Brian has to find an opening so that way Melly could actually land on the floor. Unfortunately, he landed on the floor and got Powerpuff Girl, or well, Rowdy Rough Boy dash attacked into the face. Side B being denied by Melly. Melly has to do such a good job playing sword and shield if he wants to keep Brian alive as much as possible, as well as himself.
That combo was just so much damage to already deal with. Now look at this, Steven, just setting up that house there, setting up that bubble. Got all the time in the world to bring him to him. The clippity clap gives it right back, but unfortunately, Steven gets zapped as well. 1-for-1 trade here means that one more for red could bring them back into the 2-for-2. Gotta see if they can just find it. Shaggy's at 85, but unfortunately, that uppercut evens the score.
Oh, the Shaggy Dare keeping Moises off stage. However, Moises at 40. Brian Yee already at 96. However, Brian Yee
is no, Shaggy!
Staying alive. But so is Moises. So who will stay alive? This is a battle for attrition. Who will stay alive longer?
Again, Melly. It's all Melly saving Shaggy every single time, keeping PPG at bay. The watermelon too. What can't this woman do? Surfboard gonna combo them in, but the watermelon eats the heater instead. Dude caught astray, but now Steven puts himself in danger. It's the up there combination. Melly mode. Y&W Melly. Dude's got murder on his mind. They take the set.
He indeed did go Melly mode. That was phenomenal by Melly, putting up that pressure to bait out that air dodge from Moises, which took him that game, which also took that entire set. Really, really good stuff right there. So what does that mean for Melly and Brian Yee? That means they are going to winner's side grand finals and a chance to get Jersey Mikes, like we said before.
Heyo, get that sub, baby. Come on now. You got those sandwiches already, Shaggy. I know you want another sub. I know you want that foot. Well, actually, maybe he wants something different. I don't know. Shaggy already got enough sandwiches. Maybe he's like looking for some Indian or something. Some like butter chicken, some tandoori. Could be.
Oh yeah, for sure. Of course, before we get to grand finals, we gotta
Yep.
fill up this lower bracket right here. We got a lot of games still to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Lust and Camilla versus Mots and Malignant Auto, as well as Gusta and Misty C versus Shiro and Poro. Both of those games sound really, really good. A lot of interesting matchups. A lot of interesting character picks too, man.
We haven't seen our friends Lust and Camilla for quite some time after they had such a great series. Going to 5, taking the first and only set we've seen go to 5 today so far with that Velma Rick combination. If they bring it back, I'm curious to see if they go for that vertical play or if they're able to play their own projectile game, which they never really quite allowed to do prior, versus Mots and Malignant. I'm curious to find out. And on the other side, Gusta and Misty, we haven't seen them since the very way back beginning. So a lot of old familiar faces, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they all square up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with Lust and Camilla being on that Rick Velma, that is definitely a duo you want to look out for, as well as a duo you might not just be ready for. Like, I saw so many plays, or well, we saw so many plays in that set beforehand, especially off stage. I have never seen Velma move like that off stage, man. Like, that was insanity. I have never seen gameplay like that, as well as you just don't run into Rick and Velma all that often. You just are not ready for that matchup. So let's see how Mots and Malignant Auto kind of, schmoove around those projectiles, schmoove around those portals, mystery vans, and all this other nonsense on the screen.
I mean, that megaphone play that we harped on before, that double megaphone setup off stage, I was like, dude, you take the mic.
Yeah, you got
like have it, man. Like, you can hop in the caster's booth right afterwards if you're just gonna like dog on them like that, because it was really well done. And being able to play those characters unconventionally, again, we'll say it, flexibility, adaptability. That's what makes a good player. Showing that skill on atypical picks as well, you gotta imagine that might just be a factor in it. Sometimes when you're playing characters that, even if they're not the most meta prominent, the surprise factor can be enough to make the playing field a bit more level. So taking advantage of that is by no means a shoddy strategy, and good play to them. I hope they do well in this set too.
Oh yeah, for sure. But of course, this is yet another tough cookie set. Like we have said before, we've got Malignant Auto and Mods making names for themselves right here with the Harley Stripe, sending people to the moon before they even hit 100 with the Stripe setups, as well as the confetti setups, whether it be, confetti procking off of hammer, up airs, up specials, just anything, man. It's insanity.
The Mogwai pursuit do be kind of scary. The way that they're able to just, again, dip in and out of the fight is what it seems to be really makes a good stripe. And also making sure to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away from your own dynamite. We've seen a couple times where some faulty pyrotechnics handling means that you lose your own stock to your own dynamite.
Oh yeah.
That feels rough. You got to be careful. You got to be aware of your own projectile, because if it's doing you more harm than good, why even play the character?
Yes, sir. That's what it's like to play a glass cannon like Stripe. You got to be really, really smart with your dynamite. Sometimes you just got to mash it and not hold on to it. Sometimes you got to hold on to it. That's just, what it's like to play a glass cannon, high risk, high reward character, especially when it comes to those tech chases, big combos, big gun, big chainsaw. We like everything big, apparently, here when it comes to stuff like that. So, really, really good stuff coming in the next set, ladies and gentlemen. Be on the lookout.
Keep an eye out in the sky as we look to see our next matchup coming up.
Keep an eye out.
Seems to be we might be moving to actually a different matchup at the moment, just as we wait for some players to hop in. Camilla, MI at the moment, that's A-okay. Hopefully everyone get Camilla on a milk carton. Make sure that they're not, wandering the streets or something before their next game. Maybe they're just, warming themselves up, like just doing some training, doing some laps around the house or something, getting that cardio in beforehand. We might be moving to a different spot here in our losers bracket, but no matter what, it's got to mean. Oh, it does seem like actually we do have them in here. Our top analysts are saying so. We'll be seeing that matchup shortly enough. No matter what, though, as far as the losers bracket outcome, you've got to face Melly and you've got to face Brian. It's a
Oh yeah.
scary prospect, and I'm honestly not sure what they got to do it. But let's focus on the present, not the future here. It's Harley and Stripe. It's Rick and Velma. This matchup, walk me through it. What should we expect? What do we fear?
Well, I've always assumed that Harley Stripe would have the same weakness as Batman Harley, kind of. They play very similarly, although Stripe has a little bit more malleability in the comp, with it being, a lot more room for kind of error when it comes to advantage state, because of the gun being such a strong element to proc that confetti. So Stripe doesn't really have anything to really get around projectiles. Same thing with Harley. The most they could kind of really do is command base with hitboxing, right? But Harley Sayer, chainsaw with Stripe. So I'm just really excited to see how they play around a double projectile comp.
This is going to be interesting. And look at this. It's so different than everything we've seen prior. Both teams just kind of take a moment to ascertain the positioning, but now you can see it's clearly Blue who have a bit more comfortability going in, and they're going in aggressive with these forward airs, trying to find the big rig hammer on one. They already take down Camilla. That's a great start.
Yeah, that was a really, really crazy start. I did not expect them to just, go on in there, man. Mots and Puzzler really securing just 2 stocks right out the gate with not much damage on the board. Well, now there is damage on the board right here. Oh my gosh. Never mind. Commentator's curse right there.
Oh no,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that is double trouble there. Unfortunately, all their lead comes crumbling down so quickly once they're forced off stage and give the stage control over to Crush and Camilla. So that's gonna be a bit of trouble, but once again, now the shoes on the other foot, they're able to evade their way back thanks to some well-timed air dodges by Velma. There's a good team combo. Adds a bit more damage there to Velma, able though to find her way back to safety as well, using that platform, as we've seen before, as a great way to just kind of maneuver around, use these megaphone hits, get a bit more damage. Now Rick turns back to the stage. The Meeseeks, though, won't find anything but the corpse of your fallen ally. That's 3 in favor of Blue.
Oh my, a lot of plays to go over here, ladies and gentlemen. Really good bomb play coming in from Mods previously, and of course, Camilla securing that up air from before with the Rick polymorph. Oh my, that was really, really good by Camilla. But crushing at 92 right now, trying to stay alive as much as possible. Camilla gonna have to do some work here, but unfortunately has gun attached to her. 88 off stage. Crushing's in a bad spot. At 108 right now in burnout off stage. Camilla, same position right now. Oh my, blue team has the advantage right now.
Risky trades! He's pursuing them to the ends of the earth. Will it go any better for him this time? It does. Not going to be able to last off stage like they were prior. Camilla and our friend Lust do get taken out there, but not without a lack of trying. At the end of the day, I do just think that was a bit of momentum granted to Mots and Puzzler that just never was quite regained with that first early stock they got with that aggressive workaround. And now the question, of course, is, can Lust and Camilla adapt? We've seen it once. I'm sure we could see it again.
Oh yeah, definitely expect them to turn this around, possibly making this a 1-1, or of course Mots and Malignant, really good in advantage state. Let's see if they could keep it up. Mots has some really good bomb plays, as well as, of course, on the other side with Stripe, really good chainsaw plays as well as gun plays. So yeah, we're gonna see a lot of stuff happening right here in this game too, ladies and gentlemen. Mots Malignant versus Lust and Camilla. Let's see this game 2 unfold right before us.
Same characters means same matchup, just gonna be different battle philosophies and strategies. So do we play this one slow and safe, or do we go right back in like we saw before? Clearly going to be the latter in terms of the philosophy of our blue team here. Mots and Malignant just not trying to give any time to breathe, but Crush and Camilla responded pretty well, trying to re-ascertain that center stage control. But unfortunately now the pressure separating the fight, the ISO play is going to benefit the combo characters, trying to just regroup, but now Rick unfortunately sent back to the side stage, going to be able to still get back to safety, but not before eating a lot of percent.
Yes, Crushion's already at 79 right now. Camilla's sitting at 40. Pretty even percentages, all things considered. But Mots and Puzzle getting this up air seals the deal on the horizontal side of the blast zone. Nice little option select with the dynamite, but it wasn't enough. Crushing saved just one air dodge, which was just enough to get back to stage right here. Oh my gosh, really good plays. They're taking the stage right now with Projectile versus Crushing at 114 right now in burnout, but gets caught unfortunately. Blue team is doing really, really good, staying alive and finding stocks.
Good Mogwai
Mary.
pursuit there to try to get a bit more closing space. Now just trying to put them down out of the ground. Stripe and Harley eliminated just as quickly to even the board. It is just about a completely even game at this point. Seeing the plays isolated once more. See how it goes well for you. Once again, Red are going to experience the worst end of that trade, especially with Stripe dealing so much damage. Now there's playing volleyball with poor Rick. Gets sent skyward. One more stock means it's going to be curtains, and Velma might just be it.
Yeah, really, really early kill on Crushing right there. Super unfortunate for him. So Camilla has to do Camilla. Oh, man, but that Nair catching her foot. Oh, my gosh. Really, really good stuff coming in from Blue Team. They have all the momentum right now. They have all the momentum. Oh, my. So let's see what Lust and Camilla could do right here other than, you know, dying very, very early. Unfortunately for Lust, he did die at 40, I believe. Don't want to die at 40, especially to Harley and Stripe, because that opens up your next stock, your fresh stock. You never want to get hit on your fresh stock. Never.
And then a character like Stripe, it allows them to feel even more liable to play with reckless, wanton abandon with those dynamites. Just, you know, if I go, so I'm taking you. If you go, I'm taking you with me, or if I go, I'm taking you with me, is the idea behind it. And if you have that extra stock to play with, why not? There's nothing to lose at this point. So if you give up that first stock, it becomes a snowball effect, and it's just dangerous. I don't know. I think Lust and Camille have got to maybe just really focus on returning back to what we saw in that prior set that got them to that game 5, which is that vertical play. It does not seem like they're ever playing with the game's rhythm in their favor. You can see it right here already. Rick under pressure. If that up air hit, that might have already been that first stock.
Yeah, that Harley up bat is very hard to dodge at certain points, but Lust almost getting that horizontal ladder right there, but just didn't quite get it. But of course, gonna set up some Rick stuff. Let's see it. All right,
Just
easy neutral.
Fight it now. Easy neutral, but it's going to quickly return back to disadvantage here for Red if they get knocked up skyward. Every time Velma jumps, she's putting herself in a precarious position. They haven't quite found a way to punish it just yet. There's a good weight there from Harley. Staying on the ground, tries to find the charge hammer. Unfortunately, Velma went just a bit too high for that to quite work. Now sending Velma right back over to the Stripe. Brilliant combination. Not necessarily even intentional, just trying to get extra damage, but you saw Stripe instantly. Puzzler knew how to react, and that's going to result in 2 kills already, and none on the side of Red.
Yeah, I've noticed as well as side special being brought out by Stripe, grounded side special, could actually eat some projectiles too. So they do indeed have some projectile protection, but even then, these projectiles are just not proving to be enough to ward off the power of Stripe up special, Stripe gun, Stripe laser, like, oh my, like Stripe has it all. Stripe has it all.
Strike's about to have another kill on this Rick if he did not get back to stage. Taking so much time, finally finds the portal back in, gets that double polymorph on, but what can you do to capitalize? You've got to find damage, and that up air string we've seen work so well before just was not here this time around. They do finally find one on top of the Stripe, but you really need to get a bit more extra credit on top of it. And now you're finding yourself at death's door, and you're finding yourself Dunsky. Another game taken there by the friends on blue.
Yeah, double projectile being taken out by double assassin. You definitely do not see this every day, especially in the world of multiverses. Oh my gosh. Especially with Stripe getting so much value out of that up special as well as that side special. Getting those Meeseeks out of the way, word bubbles as well. Provided just enough coverage for Harley to get in there, set up some confetti stuff, so that way Stripe could follow up, whether it be from multi-hits or, you know, Sayers, or another one, of course, the gun.
It's just good recognition of when bots and Puzzler needed to go in or when their target was not worth chasing after. I think personally back to that play where Rick's off stage, you have them deep down off the ledge trying to find their way back in with that portal gun. And they just left them alone. They said, okay, listen, we can try to dive for it and risk getting a reversal, or we can just go beat the hell out of Velma. Why not? Get the school nerd, give her a wedgie, give her a swirly. And by the time Rick even got back to stage, what was it, 80% or 80 health, already built up with the quickness that opens up the chance for once they get Rick off, Velma's gone in a flash. So that's just great awareness, recognizing what's the cost benefit ratio of us trying to secure this stock where we might get, it could be a low percent chance, but hey, Rick gets above us, down air, suddenly it's their game to win. Instead, we choose to go with the safe play, the smart play.
Sir, and that is what provided them the win, the overwhelming win. In fact, although the games were pretty close, just Lust and Camilla just couldn't get that final confirm, that final set play to secure them. Even a game, unfortunately, for them. But yeah, really, really good plays, regardless, coming in from Lust and Camilla. Hey, as we say in multiverses, next patch.
Always got to be the next one around. And speaking of, we got another games coming up for us here. What's cooking, Costi?
Oh, well, what's cooking is, we got Gusta and Misty with Shiro and Poro. So, we have Gusta and Misty. They've been quite on a tear lately when it comes to other tournaments, as well as this one, although they did get sent to losers by Melly and Brian. So, what that means is they are going to fight the same exact team composition, with it being Wonder Woman and Shaggy, although Shiro and Poro have their own unique way of going about things, with Poro baiting off stage, as well as pulling out sandwiches, being quite possibly the most elusive Shaggy around in the 2v2 space, and Shiro being quite possibly one of the best sword and shield playstyles of players Multiversus has ever seen with his front line.
Yeah, when Shaggy says, I gotta get out of here, that's Poro's kind of whole deal. He really does just get out of there. And that's frustrating to deal with, especially when you have that malleability. You can really just kind of decide, hey, I want to go in right now, or hey, I'm just going to leave it to my pal the Wonder Woman here to just set you up and knock it down. I'm curious to find out how they react well enough to that, because of course, given that we have such prominent people here in top 8 that play this exact same pairing, you got to try to kind of mentally adjust. This isn't necessarily the Shaggy and Wonder Woman where it might be used to, might not be the one that we favor playing, and that just very well could be what decides how it all goes down. That being said, here got our friends Rain Dog as well as Bugs stepping up once again. This time, same characters, different names behind them. Shiro and Poro versus Stair King and Nair King.
Stair King and Nair King. We will definitely be seeing a lot of Sairs coming in from Gusta's side. A lot of dodge in Sairs. But Misty, not going to be able to use mash and Nair attempts, at least in neutral, right? Unless he finds a really, really good opening on a whiff, or quite possibly Gusta kind of finds an opening as well. So let's see it. Game 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Starting off instantly with that tunnel, it's been a great provider of some assistance, and these tethers as well are going to be very pivotal, especially with that combo game. But look at what Poro's doing. Again, trying to just retreat back, bait in this Rain Dog to come to them, and then finding their opportunity to sink their teeth or sink their fists into some Bunny bottom. And now seeing that up air though from Bunny. The up that A, if Harley can do it, so can I. Early stock there, gone on Shiro.
Yes, sir. Rocket up air being the Bugs classic. Oh my, dare save!
Nice save!
Misty classic. Oh my gosh. Really good plays by Misty.
You gotta imagine that they are upset about that one, and they're going to respond back with some heat. Getting that one stock off is nice, but look at Stair King. They're not going to go down for quite some time. Gusty is just fine for it. Only an 80 at this moment. Taking another one. This is a dominant game. Find that side special. A bit of damage. Not enough, though, health racked up to actually find that KO. That's A-OK. Good tether. Gets Nair King back into good standings. A nice attempt at that super uppercut from Shaggy. Not going to find his stocks quite just yet. They're really fishing for it, though, Costi.
Oh yeah, they're fishing for another stock, so that way both of them could be on fresh stock, although they're getting so much value together. 117 and 111. Gusta has not died yet. Gusta has been doing so well, providing just enough support for Misty to do, you know, Misty stuff, whether it be on stage, off stage, wherever. So Misty gets to play with 3 lives, possibly, instead of just the usual 2. And
Oh, no.
again?
There's no. Wait, how do they all live? That is genuinely crazy. Unfortunately, Nair King of Nair is not King of Fairs. Should have maybe found a way to get that sider off instead. Fireballs here have been stacking up a lot of damage. Doesn't matter though if you can't confirm that KO. Like you said earlier, this Rain Dog's got a hard time with it. Let's see if Bunnies with the bat got a better chance.
Yes, sir. But the side special coming in from Gusta. Gusta unfortunately dying. Misty at 26 has a whole stock to play with.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. Tunnel up air. Classic. Misty C. Taking that for the gang. Let's see game 2. Let's see it. Shiro unfortunately dying at the bottom of the blast zone. Really, really early right there by the down air safe. Really, really volatile setup if you don't dodge right. Because even if you dodge the safe, you might get hit with a down air. Or even a nair being that low and it'll take you down. So really, really crazy setup coming in from Misty. Really good play. Really good play.
I really love the way they've adjusted from their first set here that we saw. And I think that's maybe just focusing less, I guess, on that power gem and more so on Fireball in opportune moments. I feel like we're seeing a lot more hand-to-hand combat here from the Rain Dog. And of course, it's a mage, not necessarily what you always want to see from them, but the moment calls for it and it's working out well for you, especially considering that Poro is someone to maybe play it back. So don't let Poro play their game of choice. If you're reliable and good at scrapping, you might as well do so. But now Poro's trying to get their hands a bit dirty, going for the Rain Dog, who's trying to use those wings to get back to safety. Instead, Bug's going to be the recipient of their aggression. Spin to win, though, the Rocket trying to catch someone, but Wonder Woman's able to evade.
My Shiro with the down special armor doesn't quite get much out of it. Gusta trying to set something else with the side B. Oh, watch out for the sandwich because Shiro had a sandwich still in his hand. Nice little Sair King. Nice secure from Misty right there. Sair King opening up that opportunity for Misty. Really, really good stuff. Oh my gosh, more Sairs coming in from Gusta. Really good with the Sair button.
That's why they call it them. Sending that safe skyward there. Not going to quite find anyone except for the planes maybe hovering above, and that's going to be an unfortunate KO on to our friend Sair King. Guess just going to be blown away like a gust of wind. Now Bug's trying to go in, but instantly, because you don't have the backup from Rain Dog, going to be interrupted while they try to finish off Shaggy. Only at 77, so still's got plenty of stock left to play with. That Fireball might help just a little bit. We're seeing them try to play the projectile game again, but I just don't feel like that's where their specialties lie. They need to communicate a bit better in terms of when we're going in, because I feel like Rain Dog's just not providing enough support.
Yeah, because now Shiro and Poro are definitely adapting a little bit better.
There we go.
Really good setup. You can't help but laugh sometimes due to the silliness of Bugs Bunny, Rocket, and save setups. Ladies and gentlemen, nice jab coming in from Misty. Nice confirm off of the jab. Oh my, even game. Although Misty at 70. Let's see if he can survive.
But they've made the adjustment. Now we're seeing Sair King get back in. Gus is trying to back their bunny up. Unfortunately, it might just be a bit too late. Could be making rabbit soup here in a second. Shiro needs some pressure there, but weakness has been applied to the Bugs, and they're looking all the more tasty. Gonna be just trying to slide against this wall. A little help, they say, as they try to get back up. They tunnel beneath the ground, but Wonder Woman's waiting for them with a dash attack. Finds Rain Dog. Both at 101. The safe gets sent skyward. Big fireballs being launched out here, and they're just gonna try to win this battle of attrition. Sandwich versus Fireball. Who wins the almighty battle?
Oh my, the lasso into up tilt could have won it all, but the up tilt did not connect. It just didn't go through. Nair, Rocket, up air, didn't quite kill. Good
No, the up bad.
Hero, Misty's in burnout.
That was a great side special. The save! Oh
my gosh.
Oh!
There. Oh my gosh, Misty finding it right there. Really good place for a second dub over Shiro and Poro. Misty finding all these opportunities to just get in and get the job done.
And I'm going to say credit there to Gusta for recognizing, all right, our strategy's not working. I can't hang back They had that one moment where you could play some fun volleyball with fireballs. That's all well and good. But I think they played their best when Gusta's actually taking a bit more of a full frontal approach in your face. There's time and a place for projectiles, of course. You are the mage. You want to make sure you're still interspersing them with your kit. But you're doing a pretty damn good job getting up in the melee, so just keep it going. If the bridge ain't broke, why try to fix it here? And you definitely trying to fix for this sweep 2 up. They've got to take this last one and they can find themselves in the next round without any issues.
Yeah, but definitely that tunnel setup right there really helped Gusta put down some fireballs, which then helped Misty get some cooldowns back. So they were definitely playing around Bug's cooldowns right there. That is the only time Gusta's really locking in these fireballs as well as crystals. But of course, Shiro Poro finding the first KO, getting some momentum.
Nice rocket. Oh, that's unfortunate to see there. A good rocket with no follow-up. Here comes the safe. Not going to find anyone either. Splits the difference instead. Fireball set up. There's a great safe as well. Finds some good damage there, but 120 for Wonder Woman. No big issue quite just yet. Nice dash attack there to close the distance. Using that platform, unfortunately, Bug's going to use it right back. Sharking to the stage there to find that first stock for blue side.
Yeah, even game, pretty much. Although Gusta's at 105, but of course, Gusta is really good at surviving, as we've seen. Possibly giving Misty C, 3 stocks in some cases, at least in one of these games that we've seen, which was the very first game of this set, I believe. Nice up tilt. Oh, but gets caught by the Sair.
Oh no, it's looking more brutal with every second here. Might need to go get Michael Jordan to back you up because these guys look like the Monstars at this point. Wonder Woman now on the platform, knocked off, trying to find a bit more damage there, distracting them while Shaggy gets taken out by Nair King. Good work there to Misty, but now the pressure is all on blue side. Use that tether quick. Quick save there on the Bugs. That was amazing.
Oh my, that would have been crazy by Misty right there. Really good spacing to get that Sair into safe setup going. But Shiro Poro getting this pressure. Gusta reversing that pressure, saying, nah, ain't no Wonder Woman.
No Wonder Woman at all. She's going to be trying to fly through this, but I don't know. Your show just might get canceled in a second, my friend. This is going to be a rough show, and if they are able to build up the percentage onto Poro, who's clearly the easier victim, but not going to be quite the case. That epic uppercut finishes the job. No clean sweep happening here.
That lasso setup was crazy. Into the Shaggy Rage up B. I don't even know how Gusta could have helped that situation. That was just really unfortunate for Nair King to get caught into that situation right there. There wasn't really much help that Gusta could have provided right there. Nair King just kind of needed to lay off for a second, at least until that rage subsided. But let's see what kind of adjustments Shiro and Poro, as well as Gusta and Misty, could make in this game 4.
The adjustment to me has got to be just trying to make sure to play together a bit better. And we're seeing right here, good. Shaggy, leave them to their instinct shenanigans. Make sure you get a lot off of it. They do 74 health to be exact, and that's really solid. If they could just try to build up a bit more, and indeed they are with that fireball, this could be troublesome. Was it worth the rage that Shaggy built up?
Was it?
I don't think so.
It wasn't. Oh, Shiro unfortunately dying. Could not play enough shield along with that sword. Poro getting a lot of value right now. Not quite enough. Dying at 114. Very early in terms of Shaggy. But getting value off the Shaggy. Knee of Justice. Nair King surviving at 78 as Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is one... There it is.
Oh
no. One Sair away from dying. There was the Sair.
Every single time Sair King tries to set up this power crystal, it's just not working out for them. Maybe just, it's sad to say because you want that buff, you want that turret, but it's just not working out too well for you. Only when you are the safest of safe should you be looking for it. And now you're looking to be in a pretty safe position. Only one more stock to take, and Shaggy already at 50. Some good extra credit already built up here. They've just got to try to find, again, that team combo potential, and this set's going to be theirs.
Although Shiro is at 20, he's going to be playing very aggressive. Gusta running out of fireballs. And they know that. Nair King getting his Nair spaced out. Nice Dare coming in from Poro. Poro's doing a really good job. Jab, jab, uppercut. Connecting.
Oh no, down air!
Oh,
That was-
almost running into that rocket.
This is close now. Now Bugs is at 89, and you see Rain Dog, the one who's got less health, is going to be the one trying to go in aggressive, finds that fireball, but Shaggy's going in for the 1-for-1. That uppercut's not going to finish it quite yet, but Wonder Woman's looking to put the final dagger.
Well, Wonder Woman's not going to be able to find it. Gusta doing Gusta stuff. Going in as Rain Dog right now. Not something you see every day. Although, Poro putting up
Oh no, Bugs!
sandwich. Up bat coming in from Misty. Gusta in burnout right now. Nair
And the win!
Misty. The win with the side B coming in from Gusta while heals from burnout. Really good bait coming in from Gusta to secure that set over Shiro and Poro. Oh my gosh. Really good
That-
stuff from those two.
Is a
my.
Gusta MVP, if you ask me. I'm not going to lie to you. Again, flexibility, man. Costi, you saw the way that he instantly recognized, okay, listen, I know Bugs with men is supposed to go in, but you got 20, I got 80. We're on a last dog situation. Shoe dog, go on, fetch.
Yeah, you got
They fetched them a nice little stock, and it was really well played. We talked about it before, the fact that we kind of like a little bit when Gusta is willing to get their paws dirty. They did. They came up with a dub. Fantastic play.
Yeah, Rain Dog boxing is not one style to be trifled with. Sair, there's a reason they call him Sair King. That Sair is dangerous, as well as even just, a random side B, a grounded side B, just, might catch you lacking every now and then. And of course, Fireball being used as an option select when you're hugging ledge, or, just trying to find your way onto stage. Even the neutral attack even has its moments where it can indeed shine. However, of course, like you said, getting those paws dirty was the answer. Really good stuff coming in from Gusta and Misty, and really good run coming in from Shiro Poro, as always. So, next up on the bracket, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mott's and Malignant Auto versus Gusta and Misty C. Really, really good setup right here. And of course, whoever wins here gets to fight Eris and Moises, and whoever wins that game gets to fight Big Dogs, Melee, and Brian Yee in grand finals. So yeah, we definitely still got some sets to go, ladies and gentlemen, but of course, this one, we got Harley Stripe versus yet another kind of double projectile, although Bugs is like kind of a boxer that has zoning tools, kind of, he's not really a zoner, but like, he has some stuff,
He brought a gun to a knife fight, but he's still willing to use a knife if you feel like it. It depends on the mood at the time, and it's working out pretty well for them. I'm liking their setups, especially with the safes. It seems like they're not overly reliant on it. It's always nice to see, again, when they're willing to kind of fluctuate between whether they're more projectile style or ready to scrap. And it seems that this team in general, not just the Bugs, but their composition as a pair, they're very willing to change up and move fluidly between who's the one taking primary focus as far as going in on the aggressive. That's really good. The question is, how does it work up against this other kind of projectile comp? That could be an interesting question. I don't think they've really had to confront that. They haven't gotten to stare in the mirror just yet to see what it's like to face these projectile characters. As far as just on paper, walk me through this matchup, Costi. What's it look like?
Well, we have, of course, the malleability of Bugs and Rain Dog, which I did not truly expect, honestly, going into this tournament. Although they've been on a tear lately, showing that it is possible. Although the Harley Stripe is kind of really gung-ho, right? So getting those kills, whether it be at 40 or 100, they can definitely snag those early kills. But of course, Rain Dog tether is something to worry about, because the more tether you take, the more susceptible you are to Bugs Bunny up airs or just kind of random stray hits. So they're definitely on the clock when it comes to getting these early kills. However, if they play their cards right, they don't have to worry about that clock at all with Rain Dog tether being on the field.
So keep an eye out for that aspect of this matchup, and we're just going to find out, again, do we play it back and aggressive, or do we just have to respond to the blatant aggression here being shown by Malignant and Moss? Seems the answer is going to be the latter, because look at this. Look how little space they are affording the Bugs. Not too much damage they're affording, though. In fact, Red's taken more or worse poke for the game.
Yeah, Gusta only taking, well, he was at 0, but only taking 13. But of course, Red Team finding their mark. Early kills, like I said, they're on a clock. They don't want to take too much damage from Tether, so they are gonna have to win fast, lose fast. That's the mentality right here. Malignant Auto already at 113. Can Gusta find a KO? Does not find the KO. Malignant Auto getting so much value from the gun. Skateboard to ward off Misty. Really good skateboard, confirms right off of it. Let's see if Malignant Auto can keep the pressure up.
This is just destructive, and I think we're starting to see a bit of the mentals take toll, because we're seeing Sarah King miss a few unfortunate side Bs in the air. Not going to be punished too hard for it just yet, but still a lot of extra credit already racked up. 79, 87 now already. And once they're kept in the sky, these buzzsaws, these chainsaws, these guns are going to be a problem. Any projectiles you throw out can be matched. Gets the tether there, but do they actually decide to pull them back? Tries to keep them up. There's a good rocket setup. Just didn't have the reach to find that last hit to send them skyward. And now they're the ones in trouble. That exact same fate. Hold on a second. Reindeer keeping hope alive.
Reindeer, rain dog, rain something, it does not matter. Everybody's pretty much at kill percent. It's anybody's game. Although blue team very susceptible to stray hits, doesn't matter. Bugs up air secures both of them, sends them both out of the park, out of the blast zone, into the second game. Right there, really good play by both Misty and Gusta.
Nice work. Can't complain about that one. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit worried based on just how the opening minutes of that went. Starting off with those first 2 stocks uncontested, it seemed like the pressure was just going to kind of result in that same steamroll we've seen before. But Gusta and Misty are built from a different cloth. They seem to not really be fazed by it, and they just kept playing their game. They've seen worse, they've been through worse. They're going to just keep chugging along here. And I'm curious to see what adjustments are made, because it seems like, it's, again, going aggressive here. Malignant and Mott say that just getting up in your face is the way to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. But of course, rocket up air again. Nice little bait into the up air, but the dynamite calling him out on that hawk right there. Oh my gosh. Really good. I mean, do we even call that a good play? Oh, well, that was a good play. Oh my gosh.
Another 2 started off here without really any contestation. Stripes under 17, and you see Bugs trying to go for that forward air to finish the job. They do find the spin to win, but can they get the last hit? A good air dodge gets them back, and in fact, they're going to be sent off there finally. But not after, or not before, a lot of resources were expended, allowing Harlow to get a few more licks in on top of the Rain Dog, who has set up some good fireballs here on this left side of the tunnel, so that's going to force a bit more pressure as Stripe tries to return back. They do, though, with that chainsaw.
Mott's living at 135, not quite. But they have the stock lead, although Malignant Auto running into the rocket. Never mind, stock lead is a no-go. However, percentage lead is still a go. Sarah King is already at 96.
Oh no, Rain Dog separated.
54. Can Misty find an early Bugs cheese kill? Quite possibly. Although Red Team has a lot more cheese to expend, whether it be from dynamite or confetti. Misty taking in a lot of heat right now at 120.
Ooh, there's the Mogwai pursuit gonna send Rain Dog skyward, sending that safe downward, sending to the left as well, smacking Stripe in the face. Bugs going with that multi-hit, costs a lot of time, but Stripe's not gonna punish them for it, except with a nice little skateboard. Tony Hawk would be proud, and unfortunately, Blue take the L on that one.
It is 1-1. It is an even Steven matchup. Oh my, I did not expect this. I knew Red Team would be in a ticking time bomb situation right here, but oh my gosh, that was just expert adaptation coming in from Blue Team, being able to pull out all the Bugs cheese, all the Toon Force, to be able to ward off a lot of Red Team's party tricks, as I like to call it, because we are dealing with confetti.
And we also have the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, costumbre del disfraz, of this Rain Dog. So everyone's come here to party. You know, we brought our best fits, BYOB party here. Bring your own pie, I suppose. If you are Bugs, bring your own safe. Not quite demanded from the party, but still much appreciated here. And trying to keep themselves safe and sound. With these fireballs. Now Bugs going in, and you see instantly, I like that from Gusta, trying to go aggressive as well. Doesn't quite find any fruits of their labor, but showing that tenacity, the willingness to stand, not just stand back, but also get aggressive is what's going to be getting them the victory. That nice Acme Rocket, going to get them one stock already. First time we've seen Blue actually take the first one.
Yeah, really, really good by Blue. Now let's see if they can keep this advantage, although Misty's already at 120, although he has a tether with him, uses the save with the tunnel set up to dare the save. Oh my gosh, that was like a new one. But unfortunately, his mischief got stopped, and he is on a fresh stock with confetti stacks on him. But the confetti stacks didn't last too long. Nice Nair to Sair. Blue team with a lot going on for them.
Nice up there. Man, we are all right. We're cooking. We are officially cooking. 96 here on Rain Dog, only 40 on Bugs. Still pretty safe percentages, especially if Rain Dog could just try to play evasively, which have that tunnel set up to do so. It's only short range, though. Not going to buy you too much distance at this point. Just remaining airborne. But is it best, or do you want to maybe just try to get aggressive? A good tether gets Bugs out of trouble. Rides the rocket real quick. Tries to drop down the save. Finds some decent damage, but still not enough poke. They might need to find a bit more. Otherwise, Stripe's going to go aggressive, trying to find this KO. Not successful, spiking down Harley. This is dangerous, but Bugs can't quite find the killing blow.
Bugs can't find the killing blow, but his life does not necessarily matter too much as long as Gusta can hold on to his. They are up 2 whole stocks. None of them have died all too much, right? Oh my, that was a really good play by Misty and Gusta, baiting that initiation coming in from Harley. Really good stuff. 2-1 Misty Gusta's favor. Let's see how Mods and Malignant Auto could adapt to the situation, although this will... Oh, we might see a switch here. Character swap, quite possibly.
Potentially. But what would they go with at this point? Yeah, you're on the last legs. Your back's against the wall. But you've been going with this all bracket long. I'm just not sure if going with an adjustment at this point in the game is going to do more harm than good. It depends. Are you feeling like you need to change because you are frustrated with this matchup, or you're frustrated with your own character? If you're frustrated just with a matchup, but you're still feeling confident with the character, I'd say stick with it. But if it is just you're not feeling good behind this character, then I suppose that's not the worst philosophy to go by. And it does seem like we're just getting with the same thing. All right, fair enough. I respect that. I say tried and true always takes the cake.
Yes, sir. Especially in multiverses, it is very, very recommended that you stay on whatever you are comfortable on and quite possibly outskill, unless that matchup is just god-awful. But, no matchups here seem god-awful. We've been having pretty even games, all things considered. Just some misplays, just some mistakes being called out, especially some sharking mistakes, as well as overzealousness off stage being punished. But right now, red team kind of answering back right here. They are on their last leg in terms of the set, but they are not going down without a fight. But Misty C finding that first KO yet again.
I'm noticing that these tunnels are actually being on purpose set up a lot shorter distance apart from each other for these safe setups. Didn't end up grabbing the KO that time, but keep an eye out for that in the future, as it could be what again grabs more stocks. As they can't grab the one on Bugs in trade. Harley charging up that hammer. It's not going to find the mark, and a fantastic tether from Rain Dog keeps them alive.
Yes, and neither Gusta or, there goes the stock, never mind. Misty has died, although Gusta still on his first stock, right, as well as Mots. So let's see who wins the battle of attrition. So far, it's been proven that Gusta's really been winning these battles of attrition when it comes to stock tanking. He's really, really good at stock tanking, letting Misty play his own game. setting up these fireballs and neutral attack. Although Misty losing his stock very, very early. Let's see if Gusta can provide even more value.
Oh, both of the IL targets going for each other, but Harley wins that ISO play. Quick tether brings Bugs back to safety. Looks for the tunnel up air, instantly finds it. Beautiful work, but what can they capitalize with? Didn't quite find too much damage off the stripe, but not gonna matter one bit. Beautiful work there by Misty to quickly close that one out. Didn't Harley just go down? And now she goes right back up, and Nair King and Sarah King go up further in the bracket.
Yes, sir. That rocket up air is the tried and true Bugs Bunny tool that will kill you even at 20, which is exactly what happened. Although Mats had just one moment to survive in that situation, but got baited into another up air, leading into that game-winning play, as well as that game-winning play leading into the set win. So Gusta and Misty will be moving on. Really good run by Malignant Auto and Mots. However, losers finals.
Oh boy. Ares and Moises versus Gusta and Misty. This will be interesting. Do you predict that with so much at stake, do you think Moises is going to pull back out the cake, or are we starting off with a Steven?
It's very, very... I think we're pulling out the Steven right here, especially with the Bugs Bunny on the field being such a threat. Bugs Bunny is so good at finding ways in, whether it be from tunnel or whether it be taking space with Safe and Rocket. But you definitely want to look out for that Rocket. That Rocket has led into many nasty kills setups, whether it be Rocket Nair into up air or Rocket up air into a mix-up into up air yet again. So we're going to see a lot of that. So Moises might be incentivized to take Rocket out of the game entirely with Steven in the field.
That's a good point. Limiting your approach options is a really great way, because that option select we always talk about, one option less. Multiple choice quiz becomes a lot easier when you're able to do a bit of process of elimination. So forcing them to say, hey, either approach me on the ground with your land-loving legs or you go into that tunnel is going to instantly just make that kind of 50-50, or in this case, I guess 33-33-33, a bit less daunting of a prospect. So then on the reverse side here, if you are our friends, the Bugs, you are that Rain Dog, what's your strategy stepping up for the W?
Well, assuming we might see a Steven, if there is a Steven, that's going to make the matchup that much more problematic, because Steven's side shield denies tunnel from being dug. Essentially, you can only dig up to the Steven side shield, so it's gonna be very hard to get through the Steven defenses. You gotta put them down before you yourself put down your stage control. So you have to respect Steven that much more if he's pulled out. But regardless of Steven or Jake, we've got a PPG we gotta deal with. And that is its own problem.
Oh,
We are not seeing Steven or
God.
Jake.
This dude's got the shirt off too. He's shuffling on me right now. This is crazy. I am terrified. What is this man about to do to me?
Well, this is Shaggy. Well, Shaggy Lee.
Nah, that ain't Shaggy, bro. I don't know who the hell that is. That man is not Shaggy. That dude is Swaggy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely Swaggy. Swaggy Lee coming in high with the rage right off the bat, with the sunglasses on, with the shades going. Moises getting these little dodging nairs going crazy with the foot slaps. Dash attack, keeping him off stage, trying to let his PPG play the game. They're trying to run some ISOs up in here.
Sarah King, though, not seeming too daunted for it. You saw Moises instantly try that Poro strategy, go back and look for that rage, and also is kind of adopting the strategy of going with the sandwiches, so not quite as scrappy, obviously showing willingness to get their hands dirty, but it's going to be interesting to see what this Shaggy plays like. Looking for that knee, not going to find the mark, and now PPG instead finding their way out the blast zone. First stock secured there by Nair and Sarah King.
Yes, sir. Although PPG on the left side was looking for something, but Gusta did not let it happen. Really good plays on the disadvantage. Gotta give the props to that. Getting out of the clutches from the PPG is very not only daunting, but almost impossible. Nice little rocket save setup coming in from Misty. Bouncy save, unfortunately, gets rage kicked. Completely denied. Moise is going to try his best to survive with that Shaggy weight at 141, letting PPG play the game. Nice disruption coming in with the Shaggy sandwiches. Shaggy Rage coming in hot.
Scary stuff here. If you are that Rain Dog, and instantly that Shaggy Rage proving quite effective, but so is the Sair, but so is the dash attack from PPG. Now Rain Dog might be getting that exact same experience as you like the look of it. No, never mind. Sair King gonna put on the action replay, instantly makes it 3-3, but the extra credit built up by Red is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, the extra credit put up by Red is definitely nothing to sneeze at, especially since PPG is so volatile. They could just get kills at 0 more easily than they could get random confirms or stray hits. So already off stage against Misty. This is Misty's playground, although this is Eris's playground as well. Taking the fight back to the stage right in here. Burnout.
Sandwich there coming down from way downtown. Bang, just throwing these like curry pies to match him. Not quite sure who ends up winning that nutritional battle, but I gotta imagine the sandwiches provide more calorie for calorie. Does not matter though, because they've been drinking their milk. A nice up bat from the Bugs finds that first victory. Misty and Gusta are just doing it big.
Oh yeah. This is definitely a team comp that I did not expect to not only make it this far, but even just be this effective, honestly. Especially since both of them are technically mages. Double mage comps. Go crazy. Especially with Bugs. I don't even classify Bugs as a mage. He just has mage tools, but like he's boxing. You see this man Misty going in with the helicopter arms, helicopter hands, going spinning around, spinning his hands around and his body around, getting in his hands dirty, as well as, you know, taking out that bat and calling out the strike.
I sub in a left hook. That seems to be the name of the game for these two mages so far. And you can see that, of course, Gusta, no stranger to getting into the fray. Using that tunnel, though, to try to evade back. Surprising, given their propensity for just trying to get a bit more aggressive lately in these last couple sets. Now let's see if it goes their way. There's that typical PPG combo we've been seeing so many times. Now Bugs tries to combat them with the reversal on that up bat. Rain Dog with that tether saves him, but not for too long. There comes the sandwich from way downtown once again.
Yeah, the sandwich coming in from Philly all the way down, but the fireball going down after Misty got
Nice
the
down there.
Oasis did not know what to do in that situation. The fireball was coming down. He saw it, but Misty also covered that option.
That was just really smart play and a really smart tether once again across all of these sets. Gusta's been doing such a great job providing that safety button there for Misty to rely on. It's been so effective. Unfortunately, so far, the melee play has not been the same story. Knee of Justice there, gonna find the Rain Dog. Another good tether, though, saves him from the clutches of PPG.
Even stocks, all things considered, but even game, not so much. Blue team has a lot to do right. Oh my, never mind. Misty getting that kill with the sweep into down air. Really good stuff. Do not count these two out. They are really good at staying alive, especially Gusta. Oh my, really good tether coming in from Gusta. Really good reaction, although jab up B clearing through.
Oh, I'm not even... How did Bugsy stay alive during that time? Never mind, the question's been answered because they just got taken out right afterwards, but managing to even survive to the point where the Rain Dog was outski, that was really impressive, and managed to get a bit of extra credit on top. Now it's an even Steven situation here. We're looking for PPG. Rain Dogs joined the fight to add a bit more pressure. These fireballs will be pivotal. Shaggy staying healthy. PPG with only 50 a bit more. This is still no kill percentage quite just yet. It's gonna take a combo. Maybe the Sair to do it. They wait for the air dodge and they finish the job.
It most definitely is kill percentage. PPG is very, very light. Oh my gosh. That was really good by Gusta.
Just good
Misty
combos.
right there. Yeah,
Good
really
bait and punish play too. Waiting
Oh,
for
yeah,
that
really
air
good.
dodge. I mean, they understood the patterns clearly. They are now getting inside of Eris's head rent free. They found it on Airbnb. It said $0 for the month's stay. They're not paying cleaning fees. They're not paying taxes. They don't got to worry about a damn thing. And if they can just keep that up, you know that after a read like that, Eris has got to be looking like that in real life too. Arms crossed, fuming a little bit. And with Steven Universe back on the field, the trump cards out, all the chips are on the table. They got to avoid this sweep.
Oh yeah, Gusta and Misty proving that they could really get, well, 2 on the board over the power of Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls isn't proving to do too much right now, even though they have such a kill factor in this scenario, especially with the jab down till Nair, dash attack, there it is right there. But unfortunately, Misty got the disruption, but didn't get much out of that Nair into Rocket. Really good conversion coming in from Eris, but not quite getting much out of it. Steven covering that option. Eris finding that dare at the very bottom of the blast zone. Misty's gonna try to find his way to get some early kills so that way Gusta can be a little bit alleviated. That Steven side shield is unfortunately being put down, so that kind of takes away a lot of options away from Misty moving through the field. So there goes the tunnel.
Already down here for the side of red. There's going to be the first answer back finally. Up at though, not going to be able to find that blubbery boy on Steven Universe. Going to be able to retreat back to safety. Nice nair there and surfs their way back through to the platform to safety. There's the up bat to finally even things up, but some decent extra credit onto the Bugs. They don't seem to care. They're going in for seconds. They're going in for more damage onto this PPG. Finally breaks through that first shields. The watermelons now we got to contend with. Safe gonna whack him in the back of the head. That's just cruel. And a nice up bat there to take down PPG, making this a one-stock scenario.
Yep, although red team does have the damage on the board. Right, exactly. There's the dash attack. Oh my gosh, Gusta in a 50-50 situation, getting out of that situation. Really good by Gusta. Although Misty C has done such a good job at splitting the Red Sea. Can he do it? Rocket comes out, gets interrupted. Rocket, where is it? Oh, Misty C taking that dub ski for the boys. That is a Hashira sweep, if we like to call it right here, over, other Hashira. So yeah, that was really good by Misty C right there. Rocket up there. That's the tried and true Bugs classic. Write it down.
Nasty, does this mean we're going back to the exact same first set we saw here today?
I think so.
Look at that, man.
Warm up.
Would you? I guess so, man. Hey, what's fancy seeing you here, isn't it? It's Melly and Brian Yee versus Gusty and Misty C. What a match made in history. That's beautiful to see. But before we even get to it, let's talk more about Eris and Moise's match. They played well. What do you think was the factor that just didn't allow them to find any ground or find any games?
Well, first of all, the Steven was put out as a trump card rather than the frontline force, as I believe that is his comfort pick, right? Not so much the Shaggy. But the Shaggy was an interesting pick to kind of help support from the back, whether it be from sandwiches or knees or nairs or whatever, to help the Powerpuff Girls, or well, Rowdy Rough Boys, do their thing. But Steven seems to just do that much more consistently, as we saw in the last games. They were in the last game right there. Really good situational awareness coming in from Moises on the Steven. However, Misty getting that nice little cheese kill at the end, which, got the set. However, the Steven was doing that much more better. See, if we had it since the beginning, there would be a lot more to play around or play with.
Be a different timeline. We don't know what timeline we're looking at, but unfortunately, if you're Moises and Eris, it is certainly the dark one. But not for us, because we got more games coming at you in just a bit. So don't you dare go anywhere. More Frostiverse Duos number 15 Grand Finals coming at you right after this short break.
Rising with each beat of the music is bringing real flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full, I'm devoting myself
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Frostiverse Duos number 15 Grand Finals here. I'm D'Lo, joined here by Costi. We got our almighty eye in the sky, Nick CS, watching it all. Costi, how we feeling getting into it?
We've gone full circle, it feels. We're feeling amazing. We see Gusta and Misty. For all you folks at home that are just tuning in, they were just really starting off really rough trying to get into it, but man, oh man, they've been having quite the losers run right here. They've made it all the way back up to the top in Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen, facing their very first defeat in Melly and Brian Yee. So they are staring at the eyes of defeat right now. How will they overcome this?
You know, it's like the shonen anime. You know, first arc, you get your ass kicked. You know, you kind of experience that setback. The main villain gets you, but you know they leave you alive because they think you're pathetic. And then you train, right? You're up on that mountain. You're there, the Cobra Kai dojo, and you come back stronger than ever. You got your own Ultra Instinct mode. You got your own rage, and now they're ready to put it into action. Look at that, Brian Yee shaking in his boots. But we got Melly, and if they enter Melly mode, it might just be over. So, question is, who's going to get that edge? Who's going to start with momentum? Who's going to start in the dust?
Yes, of course. Melly and Brian have been waiting for quite some time now. And of course, Misty, a lot of M's today. We got Misty and Gusta have been, they're hot and ready, man. They are ready. They have been training in the losers bracket. They are warmed up. Let's see if Melly and Brian Yee are up to the task to deal with this, even though Misty and Gusta have to play within a reset if they just want to win this entire tournament right here.
I'm loving the safe play already. Batting it around that tunnel is so wily because you're just not quite sure of the angle. Then it might bounce, it might go through the tunnel. That's going to be a bit of a spot of bother, but so is this stage control. Look at that damage, ignoring that Acme Rock. You can't quite ignore the fireball. That's A-OK. Percentage still favoring red. Now separate into the ISO play, trying to find that up air. Not going to quite find the mark. That's okay. Bugs finishes the job.
Yes, sir. Bugs can most definitely finish a lot of the jobs with the up bat coming in. Really good dodge coming in from Misty. He is locked. Oh,
that was so close.
IP connecting. Oh, not locked enough for the sandwich to go into the blast zone right there. Oh,
Brian going back in though with these rage side specials, and it's just so dangerous. The tether might pull him into a more dangerous situation. Spin to win into that up bat. Saves him from a tricky situation there, dealt by Melly. Good tether. Unfortunately, you need to tether yourself back to the stage too, because Wonder Woman's looking for you. Finds that up air, evens it back up 2-2.
Yeah, Gusta really getting overzealous, trying to return to center stage, but should have played ledge because Melly and Brian were ready to cover that option. But Misty taking some percentage right here, drawing a safe at the very top of the map, sending it over to Melly, trying to get Brian Yee to do something up back towards the rocket.
Nice.
The sky. SpaceX is gonna want to get that rocket.
We're blasting off again. Jesse and James looking to be in a bit of trouble, but so is the dog. Meowth 2 could be sent back. Don't take down this petty. They could be looking for a bit more damage there with the combo. Sandwich doesn't quite find the mark. Looking through that platform. Gets that side special, though, on a Shaggy. That could be precarious. Safe setup. What are they going to do with it? Nothing. Bugs ain't safe either.
Yeah, nice dare coming in from Melly. Nice nair into dash attack. Gusta sent off all the way to the edge of the map. Let's see if Misty could make some space so that way Gusta could get up. Gusta is forced to be on ledge. Nice tunnel play coming in from Gusta, although eating a sandwich. Nice DI from that sandwich. Gusta's gonna have to go in here, provide some support. Nice support with the fireball to send Brian away in a hit stun. Just enough time to not get jab confirmed, which gave just enough time for Misty to clear that game 1.
Dude, Brian Yee and Melly are quickly finding out this is not the same Misty and Gusta they faced just hours ago. They have evolved, they have developed, they have adapted, and with that, they're ready to make them pay for their transgressions. It's now your turn to try to adapt and acclimate, and if they're not capable, if they're too stubborn and set in their ways, they could end up losing that prize pool.
Oh yeah, especially when Melly goes into melee mode. He is looking for just one thing and one thing only. Dash, jab, and Sarah, baby. Melly's gotta come up with some adaptation here, as well as Brian Yee, because both of these players are very one-dimensional in their approaches as well as their defense, so they're gonna have to...
Nice rockets!
Oh my gosh, speaking of that.
That was just such brilliant play, man. The Rockets both, they get great target selection. They find Wonder Woman, the tankier target, the one that's normally harder to knock down. So if you're able to find that setup, instantly limmer, it's going to be a bit easier to take down Shaggy. But Shaggy taking lives of their own. Nice little down spike there to take down the bugs. Makes us even 1-1, but the pressure's still being applied here. And you can see, once again, where Gusta's at their best is when they're not afraid to go in and get dirty. Using that tunnel there, setting up that tether, but now they're gonna go back in quickly. Can't leave bugs alone for too long.
Really good up air coming in from Gusta, although won't get too much out of it because Melly is doing really good in the disruption role right now. But will Melly prove to have enough? Oh, nice up air, sweet spot, giving enough time for Brian to get rage. Rage isn't gonna matter when he doesn't have armor because of burnout.
They're now looking for Wonder Woman 2. They got her separated. Shaggy, go help your womans. Not gonna quite work. Instead, just tossing up sandwiches. Says, you hungry? Dude, we're hungry for the victories. You gotta make sure you get back in here. Build up an appetite quick. Power gem set up too. Looking for that buff real quick, but just too busy sliding around with the tunnels. He's got those electrified paws. No one wants to catch these hands at this point, but Bugs is looking to be in a bit of trouble as well. Trying to get that tether off so they can try to see if they can find the save. Not working out just yet, but Bugs able by their own right to get back to center stage.
Yes, sir. Melly and Brian Yee are having a really hard time closing out stocks. And just Gusta and Misty are just a force to be reckoned with. At 112, doesn't matter. Misty,
damage!
Last limb does not matter. He's gonna find his way in. He's gonna jab. He's gonna nair. Ooh. And take a kick to the face.
That happens sometimes. Take an uppercut to the chin too. Glass jaw. Even stock situation, but 100 on each of these heavyweights. Can they stay alive? That's a big fireball, but that's a big amount of percent stacked up here just by Wonder Woman alone. Shaggy's building up that rage. Watch for that side special. The kick could come at any moment. It comes and knocks the dog in the skull.
Oh, but Melly getting overzealous with the air dodge, dodging in at the wrong time, and getting caught in the clutches of Bugs Bunny's baseball bat of justice, putting him into the top last zone. Very good play. Mashing in Misty with the up bat. Oh my.
Dude, this is such a fantastic underdog story. They've slogged, right? They've clawed their way through the depths, through the gulag. They fought tooth and nail, and now they're proving exactly why they deserve to be on this grand stage. It's beautiful to behold, and you've got to make sure that you're here to play. You're not just at this stage because you got a silver spoon. Melly and Brian have got to prove they're here because they have the technical finesse necessary to take the game. But already look at this stage pressure being built up by both sides. Reversals on reversals. Now they're up in the sky. Could be danger here for Bugs. That safe grabs with a bit more assurance, but the knee of justice takes them down.
That knee of justice coming in hot. Brian having the rage. That rage kick connecting. Misty Misty C getting saved by that tether. But unfortunately for him, they have to deal with Wonder Woman armor as well as Wonder Woman defense and offense. But Misty C providing to be very good at finding his way in.
Nice side special.
Really great side special coming in from Gusta to secure that stock.
Oh, but unfortunately also one shown here from Shagster, and that's going to result in the up special as well to take down the life of the Rain Dog. And now it's looking to be all in favor of Brian Melly. Could be dangerous here for the Wonder Woman, but finding these airs, getting a bit more damage, gets the weakness applied. There's the up bat, and there's that second one they needed. Low percentages here, low health still on the side of blue as safe drops down, but unfortunately knocked back up by that up tilt. Gonna be some damage dropped here onto the rage mode. Shaggy side special from both sides, but only one's gonna click. That's the one of the Rain Dog. Tether established. What's gonna be used for? Safety or aggression? Looking here for Wonder Woman, but now they're off stage, and now they're Dunsky.
They are indeed Dunsky for that game. Melly and Brian Yee are starting to wake up. Brian Yee entering his Yi Chi. mode. Getting his key together to channel his inner rage from these rage kicks, as well as Melly entering his own melee mode to, of course, get these plays with the sword and shield play style, providing just enough space for Brian to play his own game as well.
I think Shaggy canonically was the avatar following Korra, so this does make sense. Get that chi, get that flow state, master the elements, of course, air, water, fire, earth, and sandwiches, and you might just be able to find that victory. Now the long tunnels are being set up here, which is an interesting change of play. Maybe just trying to separate these fights a bit more, but it's not quite working. In fact, Bug's now under pressure, and once they're knocked up in the sky, they have a hard time reaching back to the ground. 90 already built up with the quickness.
Melly and Brian definitely waking up because they have the pressure with Shaggy side B, dash attack. Not much you can do to get away from that pressure, but Misty C hiding in the top blast zone, dropping that save, trying to make something happen. He's at 120. Gusta with a nice tether, but it's not going to be enough.
Sandwich! Not gonna get him just yet. In fact, that fireball eats another sandwich right up. Beautiful work. There's a tunnel all the way across the map. And side special not gonna finish off Rain Dog either. Fight separated, but they're just gonna leave Rain Dog alone, who takes the tunnel to re-enter the fight, only to watch their companion fall.
Misty did such a good job. What happened to Gusta on stage?
That is tragic, and now that advantage has been thrown away at this point. You managed to get that up bat on Wonder Woman, evens it up without taking too much extra credit. That's not too shabby. Rocket's a bit off the mark, though. That means the setup's not going to quite work out this way. Fireball drops down, interrupts Shaggy trying to get something started. Tunnel's a bit close this time, means that safe's going to be dangerous. Look at those bounces.
Melly
Not going to find anyone, but it certainly is fancy, and now Rain Dog's in trouble.
Rain Dog's in trouble at 104. Misty being forced to kind of play backline when he has to be the one to also get the confirms for the gang with the Bugs Bunny up air. Nice mash in knee coming in from Brian. Didn't quite get the mash inside special. Pi just did the job. Nice. Up tilt, doesn't quite get the up air confirm. Misty's gonna set up some stuff. Gusta has to split the Earth's core if he wants to win this for the gang and get this reset.
Oh, good tether there to pull Bugs back to safety, but look at this. Shaggy is now looking for these side Bs once again, and that's going to mean danger if they build up that rage mode. Don't give him too much space, or you could find yourself in trouble. Up bat, though, and with Wonder Woman at 80, this could be it for the reset, but now rage mode's been established once again. Shoryuken is not going to find it, but the sidekick certainly will.
It is a Game 5 situation in Grand Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, are we gonna see a reset on the side of Misty, Gusta, or will Brian E and Melly reverse sweep into a tourney win? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a set, whether you like to see one or not, but I assume when you're at home, you want to see one of these teams win. You want to see who will take the throne.
This is genuinely a shonen anime at this point. Now the villains unleash their final form after watching the shonen protagonists go through that training arc. It doesn't matter, they say. You've only seen a fraction of my real power. And we're seeing it be displayed here now. Brian Yee and Melly charging up that form, and Wonder Woman using that shield to protect Shaggy as they go in on the offensive.
Melly and Brian Yee getting a lot of damage on the board. Misty C, gets the rocket up air for the early kill. Can they get it again right here? Tether has gone away, so that way we're gonna see a lot of going in on the side of the Rain Dog. They're gonna play a little bit passive up until Tether comes back into play, but Misty does not care. Will this mean that they get more offense?
Oh, dangerous stuff there. Wasn't able to find the up bat, and now putting themselves in a risky position. Do you want to tether them back in? Because that could be curtains for them too. Rides the rocket back to safety. A great save, but unfortunately, your puppy dog wasn't left safe. Man's best friend, not quite for the bunny rabbit as they look for these up bats, trying to shark beneath those platforms as Melly tries to get themselves back to safety. Safes, bats, dogs, me oh my. Not going to be able to find that kill yet onto the Wonder Woman, and now the dogs feeling pressure themselves.
Really good dodge from Misty, but unfortunately gets caught into a mash attempt by Shaggy Nair into Shaggy Knee. Shaggy side special didn't quite find it, but Bat didn't find it either. Gusta is indeed turning up right now. but Misty is at the lower percentage, so he is forced into the backline yet again. Same exact scenario. Can they adapt? Can they adapt before Melly and Brian Yee find their marks? They have the percentage lead. They have everything they need to get this game, but will they execute? There's one stock right there.
Oh no. Oh, this could very well be it. That power gem is being left alone. They gotta finally burst it, or they could find themselves in a bit of trouble here. And now they're looking for one woman, already at 92. But there comes the Shaggy kick flying out of Kingdom Come. Sends this to an even Stevens game, and Bug's in trouble. It's the reverse sweep. Go back to the shadows where you come from. Come back when you've trained some more. Brian Yee and Melly take it.
Melly Yee is the duo we call it right now in the Multiverses community, taking that dub ski with the Shaggy sidekick. Misty C was unfortunately forced out of that tunnel because he dug just too much. Melly and Brian Yee are your Frostiverse duos number 15 champions.
Quite literally.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Digging your own grave there. That's what happens sometimes, you know? Take out the shovel, and you don't realize that you think you're digging it for your enemies. Instead, it's room for one, room for a bunny. But, brilliant job there to our friends Melly Yee. The Jersey Mike's is yours. Eat up that sub. I suggest the Great Kahuna, or Big Kahuna cheesesteak. Sans the onions. Onions, I think, is not necessary. But, you know, get the peppers, get the mushrooms, all the trimmings. You deserve it.
Yes, of course. Melly and Brian Yee, enjoy your win, as well as Gusta and Misty for making that phenomenal losers run all the way up to grand finals. But unfortunately, Brian and Melly were indeed the victors for, again, the Frostiverse Duos number 15. Of course, closing out, ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored by Trolley. So be sure to take a look at that, as well as our socials. Mine being Cost99 on Twitter, and of course, Mr. Delu. What is your social school we're looking at?
_Delo, Twitch, Twitter, whatever you so please. But thanks for having me here as well. It's been certainly a joy. Like you said, I've been Delo. He's been Costu. We've had Nick, almighty eye in the sky, running them prods, running them cams. If you liked anything you saw here today, us yelling the gameplay, please drop some thanks down below for our production. We cannot yell about games without them. A hearty congratulations once again to Melly Yee. Another congratulations as well to our friends Misty and Gusta for their really great efforts. But with that, guys, good games, good night.
Rising with each beat of the music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome.